Before we get down to business, we just want to give you a wee warning, eh?
We're about to talk about this movie at length, including its entire plot.
Aye, so consider this your spoiler warning, eh?
Also, bear in mind these are just our opinions and we are most definitely not experts.
Aye, we're no filmmakers or students or any of that.
We 100% encourage you to disagree. If you want to, you can tell us by email or socials.
Anyway, let's get on with it. It's rotten movie time.
Woo!
Enjoy. Hello, and welcome to Rank Rotten, the podcast where we attempt to prove, much of the time successfully too, that critics talk shite.
Yeah, they don't know much, do they?
Kat, did you know it's your first birthday? Well, it was the 2nd of May.
I did not know this.
I know, neither did I, because the other day I was like, when the hell did we put out our first episode? and I looked back, and so Madame Web went out on the 2nd of May.
Wow. Okay.
Last year. So we've been dating this shit for a year now.
Happy birthday to us.
And that's us on year 2 now. And who knows how long we'll go and what we'll keep doing. It's all up in the air for next year anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll just keep having fun and seeing where we go.
I don't think we're going to stop.
No?
I think we just have to admit that the frequency and things might change, but we'll clue everybody up on that later on. It's just, other things coming and that, and I don't want to stop doing this because it's so much fun.
Definitely not.
So how we're doing Saving Silverman this week.
Excellent.
And I mentioned already, Rab, close friend, supporter of the podcast, basically, and supporter in general.
All-round good fellow.
All-round good guy. Had to text me and ask for it ages ago, so I'm lucky to have him, to be fair. We're lucky to have him, and I think largely my immediate family, or when I was growing up, were maybe sick of hearing me talk about films and TV shows and books, and, I was so interested in media of various kinds, it must have been quite tiresome for my immediate family growing up to listen
I'm sure
to.
it wasn't.
Well, I don't know. But but obviously Rab's, when I met Rab when I was a kid, he was the same, and I've got a really close friend network, and he's one of them who we all talk about stuff like that, and we all enjoy talking about movies or whatever shit. Do you know what I mean?
You are very blessed with a good friendship community.
You're damn right. But it's nice to have friends and family and all that who indulge me by listening to this or just having a conversation with me about what I've watched. Do you know what I mean? Also, this, right, Saving Silverman, right, is a Wee Guy Club film. I think I said this last week.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, scratch that. Last month. So I'm forgetting we're not going weekly now. So we could refer to this episode as a Wee Guy Club special.
Ooh.
At least I would if it wasn't another special, because you spotted this the other day.
I did spot this the other day. We are doing an accidental anniversary cover.
How many years, Kat? How many years have been since Saving Silverman?
Oh, it makes me go quite ill. 25.
25.
It is the 25th anniversary.
I was like, it must be about 20 years. So,
You weren't far off. Yeah, just a quarter of a century.
It's quite scary, yeah. Quite scary. It doesn't feel that old, because I remember watching so many movies like this around that time and at that age,
Crazy.
And actually, with that in mind, I went on the Wikipedia and I was looking at... I went on Wikipedia because I wanted to get a kind of gist of what was like this film coming out, and because of the, it feels when you watch it like this isn't an original idea. Well, the story itself and the kidnapping and all the rest of it, maybe, but like what I mean is the style and all that. It was very of that time, So basically, right, after American Pie, right, made $235 million, right, at the time, right?
Wow,
I think it was
that's
about 2000-ish, right? Maybe 2001. I think it was 2000, something like that. Basically, Hollywood studios all over the shop rushed to try and get, him, Jason Biggs, the lead, the man that has sex with the pie in the movie. And Saving Silverman basically was specifically designed as a studio vehicle for him.
Oh, wow, okay.
Basically casting him in almost the same role, if you think about it.
Kind of, yeah.
It says here, actually, what they said was the likeable loser archetype.
Poor Jason
That
Biggs.
made him a star, because it kind of did, didn't it?
It kind of did. And then also he was in Loser.
He was in Loser. I liked that movie,
I
man.
like Loser too.
Maybe if we visited it at some point, we would disagree. There are certainly some things in that film that would not be in a movie now. We're not here to talk about Loser. Stop being a loser, Mikey, right?
You're not a loser.
Well, the staggering success of American Pie started a wave of sort of similar risque comedies, Executives basically decided they were going to get Saving Silverman and have a bunch of edgy alternative comedy casting going on. Added Jack Black, who was basically riding from the highs of a certain movie. Do you know which film that is, out of curiosity? 2000?
No, I don't think I did.
It was High Fidelity, so that film really scored. That
course.
film, I don't know this for sure. As far as I understand, High Fidelity is what boosted Jack Black into the spotlight.
There you go.
Steve Zahn was also cast as well. So, like, you know, I think they wanted to get that comedy goofball thing going on. And they certainly
definitely
achieved
did that,
I would
yeah.
say, aye. Despite assembling this cast, the film basically flopped. Didn't capture any of the same magic at the box office as American Pie did. It was panned. It was a financial disappointment, as it says here. It grossed 26.1 million against its 22 million production budget.
It did.
As we know, when you take in... Sorry, I'm already steamrolling over the next section. You're giving me a look. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm giving you a look.
But the point was, you know, as we know, production costs are a thing, but also the marketing costs are never taken into account in the budget. And so that's that invisible part of the budget you don't see.
That's it. It's a kind of a cost-benefit risk, isn't it? The more you market it, the more people go and see the film, but the more it costs you. And yeah,
That's it.
I think we saw Argyle fall into that trap, for example.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was mentioned a lot in our episode about Argyle, episode 3, available in the archives from last year. But anyway, so that's a sort of what led into this film coming out. But let's not waste any more time. We've chatted enough. Let's get them deets for Saving Silverman out. What do you think?
Yeah! Interestingly, not everybody will know this film as Saving Silverman.
I didn't know it was Saving Silverman.
So when it arrived in the Wee Guy Club, was it called Evil Woman?
It certainly was.
So in the US, this movie was marketed as Saving Silverman. Internationally, it was marketed as Evil Woman.
I wonder why.
I don't know. I'm never a big fan of international name changes. Like, there's that one with Emily Blunt. What was it? Eat, Live, Die, Repeat or something?
I don't know that movie.
You're probably not missing anything.
That problem.
It was here as Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, right. Yeah, maybe. No,
Yeah.
That was Tom Cruise, was it, no?
Yeah, so it's Tom Cruise.
So
and
he
Emily
was in
Blunt.
it. He was in it, no? Crikey.
Yeah. And as we said, we're accidentally covering this on its near enough 25th anniversary.
Mental. February the 9th there it says, aye.
Yeah. So yeah, we've just passed the 25th anniversary. This film was rated a 15 and it runs for 1 hour and 36 minutes. As you said, it did have a budget of $22 million, but did only bring in 26.1 million. So definitely not big profits. And as you say, that's before marketing costs, so probably not much change left after that.
Yeah.
It was directed by Dennis Duggan.
Right,
or
rotten
Dugan.
alumnus.
Yes.
Alumnus. Sorry, I
Alumnus.
like saying that, I'm sorry.
So yes, he has been here before, but do you know what else he did?
Quite a few. Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore was what I was thinking of, and that might come up later.
Oh, interesting. He's a Sandler guy.
Yeah.
And that's why this film plays like a Sandler film.
It
without
does.
Adam Sandler, basically.
That might come back around like a little
Interesting.
boomerang. It was written by Hank Nelkin and Greg DePaul, with the music by Mike Simpson.
Mike Simpson. I felt this movie... Simpson? I feel like this movie had like... What was it?
I just wasn't expecting it.
Neither was that. I don't know why I did that. Simpson?
Simpson?
I feel like this movie was mostly soundtrack, though.
Yeah, like, I couldn't tell you any of the
There was some
music.
incidental music where they're like creeping about the house trying to kidnap Julia and that.
Yeah,
Judith. So I kept calling her Julia when we were doing it as well.
that's weird.
I don't know.
I also think maybe for the music, they should have just put down Neil Diamond.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's mostly Neil Diamond's music anyway.
He should have been
There's
credited.
a really cool punk cover of Hello at one point.
There were a lot of production studios on this film. So we had Columbia Pictures, Village Roadshow Pictures, Original Film, and NPV Entertainment. That's a lot. It's obviously, not obviously, but it is not based on a book.
No surprises there.
Yeah. And the main tagline for this film is, they swore nothing could come between them, then she came along.
She came along.
But I do think this tagline works slightly better for a movie titled Evil Woman than it does in Saving Silverman.
Oh yeah, totally. There's also a bit in the movie where you get a cover, a punk cover, allegedly by the Vandals, but I can't find it anywhere, of the ELO song Evil Woman.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, when I was a kid, I always thought was Medieval Woman. Medieval Woman. That's what I thought it was when I was a kid. And I was like, it's about knights and that, and women, and girl power in medieval times.
That's so funny, like a wench.
Aye, like a wench, but with a sword. I don't know, should have sword in my brain. But it's medieval woman. But it's actually evil woman, as we know.
Yeah.
Which I now know, but not then.
Well, I'm glad you know now.
My dad used to listen to ELO a lot.
Yeah.
So does yours, probably.
Yeah,
Your
my
dad likes ELO.
My folks both like ELO.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because, yeah, your mum was it, because I think...
They went to see Jeff Lynne.
So that's awesome. Excellent. That would be class. Best we could get probably news an ELO tribute. I can do that for you, probably.
That's no bad.
No, I
then.
mean, like, I will do it for you.
Oh,
No.
oh, right, okay.
We'll set up, where the ukulele go in. Sorted.
I think I'm busy tonight.
Oh, God. I'm rejected by my wife. And the synopsis for this film is two desperate buddies concoct a reckless kidnapping scheme to break up their best friend's toxic relationship with his controlling girlfriend.
Perfectly captured in a nutshell.
Did you write that?
No.
I never wrote that.
No, I didn't. I took this from Netflix.
Oh.
But if you listen to this podcast and think, this is for me, Netflix is the place to go.
As far as I understand, people normally don't do that. Or they do. It's a weird one. I've heard people go, oh, well, I listened to your episode on it and I will never watch that film. Or, oh, I watched the film right after. Or, I saw you were putting that one out and I decided to watch it. So
you can do it however you choose, people.
I said, as long as you're listening and give me that dollar. There is no dollar. There is no dollar.
Yeah, no. We'll actively
we spend money doing this.
Yeah,
guys.
we'll lose money doing this. But, however, let's just put a disclaimer out there. Another disclaimer. That, you know, we in no way advocate watching these terrible films.
Aye, right. Sorry, I got my mouth full of Frutella. Kat, you've got your pick and mix again today.
I do have my pick and mix today.
Well, that's just the bright side of doing it monthly. Eh? You didn't feel as bad having a treat every time.
I
So,
know.
Fizzy Cola Laces, Haribo, and Frutellas.
I know, it's an excellent smorgasbord of sweet.
Aye, and not to mention the creme de la creme, the Dark Thunder from Aldi. That sounded like an ad, eh?
Also, it was not a great sales point to be like, from Aldi.
Anyway, I go down to Aldi, you get this shit for £2.39 or some shit. I can't remember what it is. You get 4, and I didn't even count how many milligrams of caffeine per can, but I'm into it.
Plenty.
That's it, eh? Sometimes you don't want to fork out. You can what? See at the other shop round the corner, it would be $2.39 for 1 can of Monster, so just saying. We don't always eat sweets and drink energy drinks. So just, do we do it when we do this as a treat?
Yeah, it makes it special.
And I normally have an energy drink like every other day, sometimes daily. But one.
Just one.
Just one.
So the scores for this film are, the tomatometer gave it a very low 18%.
Harsh or not? I don't know.
We'll decide.
I've watched this movie twice this week, so...
So have I, actually. The popcorn meter gives it a much more favourable 51%, so quite a big difference between audience scores and critic scores. Cinema Score did have a ranking for this film. Yeah, good job, Cinema Score. C+, though.
Oh, right, you know what? That's weird. Cinema Score's normally pretty high. If I left this movie in 2000, personally, I probably wouldn't have been allowed in.
Also, you're a year early.
2001. I know, what the hell? But it wouldn't have come out here probably. Wouldn't have got this in the cinema because I sure as hell didn't remember it coming out. The first time I saw it was in the hands of the wee guy club.
Yeah.
So, but I would have been like, oh, A plus. So, 100% because that's what I felt at the time as well.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When I first saw it. So.
No, I definitely wouldn't give an A+.
Didn't he get the game away, Kat?
I know, don't worry, I've got plenty more to say.
So you're a Neil Diamond fan, Kat?
Not really, but I'm not a fan, if that makes sense. I've never really listened to much Neil Diamond. I think I would be really into it if I gave it the time.
Just after watching this?
Yeah.
Well, the reason I ask is because he features very heavily in here in this movie, doesn't he?
Yeah, he should have been credited in the music.
I know, he really should have. He's actually in the film as well as himself a couple of times.
Yeah?
Well. He was obviously a good sport for making this.
Most definitely.
But the movie opens at a Neil Diamond sort of gig, doesn't it? Because we get Wayne basically was born at a Neil Diamond concert.
Yeah.
He's one of the main characters. That's a strange thing right off the bat here is that we get Wayne giving you the monologue and giving you a rundown of who everyone is, as if he is the main character. Now, who is the main character in this film? Is it Wayne? Is it Wayne and JD? Who is Jack Black? Is it Jason Biggs? It's Darren. Who is it?
I think it's Wayne.
I think it is. I really do.
I absolutely do.
Because I was thinking about this the other day. You know, Wayne is Steve Zahn, by the way. Steve Zahn, one of the films I recognised him from was Daddy Daycare. He was just in Anaconda with Jack Black again recently and Paul Rudd. Reunited, you might say. You actually mentioned as well a few times he plays the dad in the movie 8-Bit Christmas, which is an absolute... We've talked about it here before about our Christmas movie chat. But that movie rules.
I love that movie. I think it's great.
And he plays the dad really well in that film. He's great. So anyway, Mum's water breaks, Neil Diamond concert, and basically he feels like he's got a literal, like this is what, paraphrase, a cosmic connection. It's not even a paraphrase, that's a direct quote.
It is a direct quote, yeah.
A cosmic connection to Neil Diamond,
Yeah, and it's interesting the way the film's shot because you get to see the concert and Neil Diamond on stage. It's actual footage of Neil Diamond.
Aye.
And it's like Wayne telling a story from, like, it breaks the fourth wall.
That's right. So Wayne's sitting there with a TV set or something next to him, is he not?
Yeah,
showing
he
you the concert video from the Neil Diamond concert.
That's right.
Right off the bat, you're like, is this the main character? Wayne's the main character.
Wayne is definitely the main character.
It's decided. Right.
There we go.
So Darren Silverman is obviously the titular Silverman, and he's played by Jason Briggs, and then we've got Jason Biggs, and then we've got JD McNugent. See, later on when you actually find out his name is McNugent, I was like, of course it is. Don't know why, just it works.
Yeah.
He's Jack Black, and they've been best friends since 5th grade, and you see a wee montage of them as kids, and by the way, they cast the child versions quite well.
They did. They
especially
really did.
JD, Jack Black, and Darren Silverman, Jason Biggs.
Yeah.
The kids are actually quite accurate, I feel.
Although I think they've done a good job with Wayne as well, because they gave that kid tall
Shaggy
hair.
blonde hair
Yeah.
going on. Now they basically slapped a blonde wig on some chad and then just were like, "You're Wayne now. You are Steve Zahn,
Yeah.
child version."
Big hair.
Darren is a romantic but very gullible around women. You find this out because we see this little montage of him like when he's a kid and the girls are sort of being mean to him and he's like sort of like, "Oh, I like girls."
This girl calls him over and then proceeds to beat him up.
Yeah, that was me as a kid. But no, you know, you got a boy who's probably more inclined not just to want to spend time with the girls, but actually plays with the girls more. But it was me. I was that kid.
Yeah.
And I'm all right with it.
Yeah. Yeah, you've turned out all right.
Well, in high school, Wayne was the third string quarterback. Does that mean that you're the third in line to be the quarterback? I'm assuming.
Yeah, third choice.
And JD is the team mascot, which is like a bird.
Yeah, some sort of bird.
And he's good at it, quite frankly.
Very good.
Which, as you can imagine, Jack Black in a mascot suit works. And Darren was in the cheerleading squad.
He was.
Not only just so he could stare up girls' skirts, which he does at one point, but because he was friends with Sandy.
Yeah, but it's one particular girl's skirt.
Sandy's. That's it. So he's got a crush on this girl in the cheerleading squad, Sandy, who we might have mentioned a couple of times there. And then we also have the coach for the team, who is played by Arlie Ermey.
Oh, who does an excellent job.
Now, this guy is very famous for his part in Full Metal Jacket, which is basically the same part he plays here, which is basically the same part he proceeded to play in every movie he was in.
Yeah.
He was a US Marine and it shows. And he was typecast to do that. But that's fine because he was a very well-liked man in the industry as well. People said he was very nice, from what I could gather.
And he's kind of got that sort of drill sergeant almost shouting.
Oh, God, he's so good at it. Like, if that drill sergeant voice you think of is his voice. And also, there are very famous lines from Full Metal Jacket that I know some listeners will be thinking about right now. Do you know what I'm saying? That I could quote for you right now, but I won't. But I think it's but I think the thing about him here is that he's much less sinister than he is, believe it or not.
Yeah.
He's much less sinister than he is in, say, Full Metal Jacket. It's like, I've seen it, I swear to God, it might be 20 years since I've watched that movie. And I remember just feeling it was really dark. And he's one of the darkest things about it. But he was a big influence on their lives, Coach.
He
played
was.
by Arlie Ermey. And they seem to like they talk about him throughout the film and they go to him for his advice and stuff like that. So he is in it, sort of dotted throughout, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
But he comes out with an absolute belter here as he's trying to teach the team about trying to stay disciplined.
Two things you gotta remember, boys. Number one, stay away from women. All they want from you is your man juice.
The man juice.
All they want.
I assume he's talking about sweat. Anyway,
Yes.
he then proceeds to say that basically there's nothing that they can't get from this, and he holds up his hand. So, yeah, doesn't want them going out with girls.
Yep, focus on the task at hand.
Of course. The three guys have stayed pals right through adulthood, and JD now works at a Subway.
He does.
I was watching it again the other day and I was like, this is like non-comedy comedy, but it still made me chuckle anyway. Like,
Yeah.
Like for me, when he goes through all the guys, and there's a guy and he's like, right, what are the three sizes of drink? And the guy can't even name it.
Yeah.
But the best part is when he goes to a guy and he's like, right, show me the sandwich, but the guy's put the meat on the outside of the bread. For some reason, that's the bit that makes me laugh.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a joke wrapped in a joke here, in that,
Whereas bread wrapped in meat.
well, yeah, in that, like, that whole segment is supposed to be JD showing his area manager or whatever, we've all worked in retail,
Aye.
how good he is at training the new stars.
And he's like, oh, I've been working with these guys for 7 weeks or something. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, here we go.
But no, it's still rubbish. Like, the guys are rubbish, his training is rubbish.
My training when I worked at Subway was my first job. My training was 7 minutes, if that. It was like, right, here you go. On you go. That's how you work the toaster. This is how the till works, sorry. If you've got any questions, ask, Ken.
There you go.
And it was I was fired into it. That's how it worked.
Sometimes that's the best way to do it. The one thing this scene really, really got me was hungry for Subway.
I only worked at Subway for a wee while and then I went off it for a wee bit, you know.
Yeah.
And then Rab was working there when I left because Rab and I worked together. It was a bit like Clerks 2 for a short time.
Wow, but also the web of your life. Never mind the podcast. Like, you're covering Saving Silverman for Rab because
And,
Rab suggested
and then there's
it,
a Subway and then, oh, I know, the web.
Oh,
Sorry.
you got trapped in the web.
I did. Also, the kid that can't tell you the sizes of drink is actually the caddy from Happy Gilmore.
Oh, really?
You know the little caddy guy? Nah.
No.
We just watched both those movies not that
Yeah.
long ago. Mr. Gilmore, I'm a caddy. But Darren works at an old folks home and Wayne is works for a pest control company as the rodent wrangler.
He is the rodent wrangler.
The rodent wrangler. And Darren, you see Darren doing bingo at the old folks home and he's like doing the numbers and there's a wee man that stands up and he's got his pants off and he sees his bum. And then he's like, sit down and put your clothes on and there's no more Matlock. And I'm like, what's that?
Matlock, you know, like Grandpa Simpson, another Simpsons reference.
Nah.
Matlock.
Oh, maybe I think I've heard it before, but I take it it's like Quincy or something. No, Quincy was way better because Quincy was like, oh, look at me, I'm a sexy old man who cuts up buddies. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably not how they sold it at the time, but...
Don't think they did, but maybe you're not far off. I don't know what Matlock is either.
Nah, detective, probably.
I'd put money on it.
Aye, and obviously we see Wayne, the rodent wrangler, going out to help a lady who's got some sort of rodent issue. And immediately we seen Wayne, the rodent wrangler, catch his tournament. It's Bob. In fact, we both did. We both did that.
Yeah, we did.
Because Bob does a lot of things. His job is amazing.
Yeah.
But one of them is pest control.
Thankfully, he's helped us out a few times.
Yeah, actually, he did have to help us. We had a bit of an issue, which is mostly sorted. Sorted now. Cheers for that, Bob. But yeah, we see Wayne disposing of a raccoon. And it's quite funny because he goes up to the bit and he's like, it sounds big, get back. And he goes under the woman's like porch bit and there's like a raccoon sound and it's like a little baby raccoon.
I know, it's so cute.
And it sounds nice.
Yeah, here's your ferocious beast. Where's your mommy?
All those little chirpy sounds.
I know, and it's so cute and it's looking up at him and it's got wee hands out and that.
And then he's like, oh, where's your mummy? Well, here's mummy. That's him shooting it with a dart at the end there. He shoots it with a dart.
The raccoon jumps onto his head and then sort of he has to wrangle it off.
Cat was laughing, by the way, at this.
Of course it was.
I know,
Somebody
but
was
it's
getting
just,
hurt.
I'm not shaming you, but it was just nice to see you having a good time. Because I was like, I'm worried we're going to watch this and Cat's like, this is the worst piece of shit I've ever seen. But there was laughing throughout the evening. So,
there was.
But obviously they're all big Niall Diamond. Don't know what that was. Niall Diamond.
Niall Diamond.
Obviously, they're all big Neil Diamond fans, so they've obviously formed a Neil Diamond tribute band called...
Diamonds in the Rough.
Diamonds in the Rough.
Great name.
Banging tribute band name. I always wanted to start a tribute band for the Ramones.
Yes, you did.
I wanted to start a Scottish Ramones tribute band called the Commons. And I couldn't get any of the lads to sign up to it.
Yeah.
But I was like, it would have been class. The Commons.
Yeah, I think that would have worked.
It would have. I just would have Scottished everything up a wee bit. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that just would have happened naturally.
I probably would have done it. I try not to, and then it just slips in.
Yeah.
Even when sometimes we start this podcast and I'm like, yes, welcome to Rank Rotten, blah, 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 and then it just descends quite quickly. And I try my best. But,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not
we
possible.
We can't
sometimes.
help it.
But anyway, we see them in the tribute band, and it's quite funny because they're playing Cherry Baby, you got the way to move me. Kidnapping song. What's it called?
I do know.
Cherry Baby. Sherry Baby. Is it Cherry or Sherry? I don't know.
Neil Diamond knows.
Neil Diamond knows, but they're playing that wee song, and it's funny because you just see that there's a wee bit in the song that goes and you see Darren play it on the keyboard perfectly, and it basically cracked us up. So we had to single it out, of course. I just listened to that over and over again instead of the rest of the song.
Yep, I would listen to him do that all afternoon.
But they're singing the song, and there's the bit where it's like ba ba da 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 in the song, you know.
Yeah.
Darren plays that. He's pretty good at the keyboard, right? He's a keyboard wizard, you might say.
Yeah.
And then we actually hear him trying to sing, and I realised that they had Steve Zahn sing, and they had Jack Black obviously sing, but they decided maybe we'll just put Jason Biggs on the keyboard and he can sort of dun-na-na-na along. And judging by his dun-na-nas, I think I can see why they maybe decided to not have him sing.
I love the way that you do me.
That was him in the background there. And it's like, aside Steve Zahn's quite nice singing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Just leave him to do the dananas. Nobody
just leave him to do the dananas and have sex with the pies. Darren is still alone and he wants to be in a relationship, but he doesn't have a lot of luck with women, really, does he? Including on this very evening. Because we see him and there's a girl and he's like, hey, and then she like is apparently seeing a mime as well.
Yeah, bizarre moment where he's trying to give her the eye, like, hey, and she turns around and goes, I want to be involved with a real artist. And the mime pulls her, like mimes throwing a rope over her and pulling her towards him.
She's like, if you're a mime, that's like real artistry.
Yeah, I want to be with a real entertainer. Honestly. Hilariously, in my notes, I hadn't quite picked up their names at this point, so I thought Darren's name was Ted.
Ted?
Yeah.
He looks like a Ted. He could be a Ted.
He could have been a Ted.
I'll tell you what, that's not what you called him in your prediction, but we'll get to that later.
Oh,
if you forgot about that, because I haven't.
Oh, well, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. Kat hadn't seen this film, so after this we will be doing a prediction on Kat's prediction of what the film would be about or like.
Wonderful.
Fabulous. So anyway, they're in the bar and Jack Black's trying to cheer him up a wee bit, Trying to cheer up his pal.
Can't believe I got blown off again. I'm never gonna find the right girl.
Dude, you don't want a chick who would fuck a mime.
Dude, what does a mime look like when he's having sex anyway? It's probably like, I'm a mime. I'm a mime.
Hey, mimes don't talk.
They do when they're off duty.
Fair.
Yeah. I bet they're dead chatty as well.
Well, mimes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, they get to talk all day. Maybe it's the perfect job for me, but then I come home in 100 miles an hour. I'm already fast and talk a lot as it is now.
Yeah, no, let's not do that.
Okay. I don't want to be a mime. Who wants to watch a disabled mime? That'd be shit.
Hey, you've got a USP there.
Maybe. I thought you said USB. I was like, several. Several USBs. I'm a nerd. Nerds collect USBs. It's
Yeah.
practically dripping with the fuckers. Sorry. Anyway, the first time I saw this mime bit when I was a kid, I nearly spat my juice across the room. I thought it was hilarious. I don't know why.
Oh, wow.
So
really?
when the line was coming up, I was waiting for it, you know.
Yeah.
So now it's a legacy line, because when I watched it, I was like, it's not even that funny, really, but it made me laugh a lot as a kid. But about this time, they get talking about Sandy Perkis.
Who is Sandy Perkis?
She's from the circus. Sandy Perkis was from the circus, and I can't stop saying it. I've said it 100 times since we watched this film.
It's very fun to say.
Yeah, anyway, she left and went and joined the circus with her family.
And our family are?
Oh, our family are. Our mum's the beer little lady. Our dad is, I don't know, an acrobat or some shit. I don't know.
I can't remember.
Anyway, and our brother is the dog-faced boy.
Yes.
And it cracks me up because our brother's like,
He's properly...
he's been a proper little dog. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's weird.
he's got a dog, like, he literally has a dog face.
Well, I put up a picture of the dog brother.
Yes, please.
People like those on TikTok, I've noticed, so I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Also, we got a banger here. Judith walks in, and it's, come my lady, come my lady, you my butterfly.
Sugar, baby.
That's right.
Nice.
Crazy Town. I had that album.
Did you?
I was Crazy Town daft, because I was like, Crazy Town is the coolest thing ever. They weren't really, but the album had better songs.
Did it?
Oh, aye. Because they were a new metal band.
Yeah.
And that's the weird thing, because you listen to this song, they are not a new metal band, they're a boy band.
Yeah.
And then, but the album had was heavy guitars and that on it. It was
Oh, really?
different, man. It was alright.
To be fair, they kind of got a bit of a Limp Bizkit-y sound to them.
Aye. Limp Bizkit style. Ooh. That's how Fred Durst sounds.
That is how Fred Durst sounds.
So you get that as a text tone. Hello. There you go.
Yeah.
Darren meets a beautiful but domineering psychologist. I know she has a bit of she's got a dominatrix vibe to her, this yin.
She does.
And she's, I don't know, Judith Fessberger. Fessbegler.
Best Begler.
And she's played by Amanda Peet.
I've never seen her in anything else.
Alright, so Amanda Peet was in The Whole Nine Yards. She was in
Okay.
Something's Got to Give. She was in Identity. I think I've seen that. That's a sort of crimey, horror-y thriller
So with the
thing.
hand.
It's the one with the hand. It's no great. I spoke to somebody else about this recently. Say recently, it was probably like 2 years ago. But somebody was like, oh, I've seen that movie. And I was like, oh yeah, it's no great. And they're like, no, not really. And she was in Saving Silverman, obviously.
Obviously.
She was in, it seems like around this time, she was in a few things, eh?
Okay.
Wayne basically decides, I'm going to introduce you to her, and just walks away, and Darren's like, going to do that, please.
Yeah, please don't embarrass
Right,
me.
I know. So Wayne goes over and he's like, my pal Darren wants to speak to you or whatever, and she's like, go and eat shit, basically.
Yeah, she's like, no.
So Wayne goes back and goes, she wants to speak to you, because of course he does. And then Darren's like, oh, great. So he goes over to speak to her and he's like, hey, and she's like, I actually don't want to speak to you. I don't know why the fuck you're here. Go away.
No.
But then she's harassed by another guy in the bar, played by another famous gentleman, friend of Jack Black, Kyle Gass.
Yes.
Who is, to be honest, always tickles me.
Yeah, he's a very funny man.
Kyle Gass fucking rules. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he really does.
Well,
You're not wrong.
anyway, he tries to impress her by doing magic.
He does.
And it's really funny because he's like, he comes over, he's like, oh, is that guy hitting on you? And it's funny as hell.
Let me guess. That jerk tried to get in your pants with some tacky pickup line? I'm not like that. I use magic. Cha.
Cha. So he pulls out like one of those little magic things that spawns the flowers. It's like a pen or whatever, and the flowers are stuffed into it, and that's how it works in my head.
That's like it's a magic wand.
That's it. I always thought it was like two.
pen.
I thought it was like two cylindrical plastic tubes, and then you pull one out, but you have to stuff the flowers back in after to make it pop back out again.
You do have stuff flowers back.
Alright, well, anyway, he does magic, quote unquote, with his little magic flowers, and then that's the little noise he makes, and you heard it.
Cha.
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 And basically, then she grabs Darren, and she's like, "Oh no, this is my boyfriend."
Yeah, straight in there. But also, like, this bit did make me feel a bit icky because, like, she's quite clear with Wayne.
Aye.
Like, it's not even like she's like, oh, not really. Like, she says no. But to be
And then
fair,
Wayne's like, "Oh, we're supposed to talk to you."
yeah. And to be fair though, when Darren goes over and she's like, no, he's like, okay. So he really does kind of respect the no.
Oh, yeah.
So that
I feel
kind of
like,
redeemed it a little bit.
I feel like with Wayne and JD, they're just dim.
Yeah.
What I love is she says Darren, she goes, this is my boyfriend. And then Kyle Gash just goes, nice to meet you, Darren, Satan. And just walks away.
Yeah, the fact that the first one is Satan. It's very funny.
Satan.
The delivery is excellent.
It's just great. I should have cut it, but I should have taken it. But actually, I took 40 sound clips for this movie because there are so many bits. And when I looked into it later, after the film, this film is famous for people quoting it forever, and they have done for the last 25 years because there's so many little bits like that. And so people who have seen it remember these parts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I feel like at this moment, right away, she senses his weakness and she exploits it right away.
She does. She really does. She goes... You start to see a few red flags creeping in already.
Well, aye, because he's like, oh, I'm really sorry, I shouldn't have come over here. And she's like, no, you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But she's looking at him just like, this is somebody I can mould to be my perfect little slave. Hey.
Basically, yeah.
That's what's happening here. So really, it's unethical behaviour on everyone's part.
Mm-hmm. And in this scene, there's one more big red flag that I think people probably talk about quite a lot. And it's the fact that, so after Judith kind of almost smelling the weakness of Darren, he's like, oh, can I buy you a drink? And she's like, well, yeah. And then she orders what? Oh, yeah, I think she orders a scotch. And then he orders a beer and she says to the waiter, oh, no, he'll have a gin and tonic. Oh,
yeah, I was watching this again yesterday morning when I got up, when you were getting ready for work and you were like, oh, what an arsehole.
Yeah, just, it's those little micro things. Red flags galore. So we jump forward in time a little bit now. And
it's actually not that fast. No, it doesn't warrant a doodle.
It's more like just one doodle.
There you go.
Yeah, because it's only 6 weeks. And
6 weeks
Darren
later.
and Judith have been... Darren and Judith have been together for 6 weeks now. And Darren gets her a gift to celebrate their 6-week anniversary. How lovely.
On the month, maybe. 6 weeks, what are you doing?
Yeah, 6 weeks is a weird amount. But that's clearly not all he's after, because he's kind of suggesting they could potentially get intimate. But Judith is like, no, I want to save that for marriage.
Yeah, but then she's along the lines of, well, there's a few things you could do for me, and that's basically how the evening goes.
Yeah. So
I don't have to say much else, yeah?
No, we do not. And yeah, I think it's very much again, she's dominating the relationship. What she says goes.
There's no, and this scene points out, there's no give or take even in that part of the relationship, all right?
100% not. In an effort to strengthen his relationship even further, Darren, probably quite ill-advisedly, takes Judith to meet his friends.
Aye, well, I guess they're important to him. She's got to appreciate that.
Definitely, and that's it. They're important in his life, so she should definitely be able to spend time with them.
Aye, totally.
But Judith being Judith.
No so much.
Not so much.
Arsehole right from the bat. What's that, how you say? Off the bat.
Right from the bat.
Arsehole off the bat is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. She's quite snobbish, even when they're pulling up to the house. So it transpires that Wayne and JD share a house. They both live in Wayne's house. Well, Wayne's grandmother's house, to be precise. So it's been passed down in his family and it's now his. And yeah, the house is not in a great state.
Nah.
And when they open the door, Judith, or Judy, as Jack Black calls him, is an example of not a great start.
Judy, awesome to meet you. Judith.
That's me out. I'm sorry. Oh my God, that's so bad. You're allowed to want people to call you by whatever it is, but I feel like pointing out right off the bat like that sometimes is the right thing to do, but it really depends how you do it.
Yeah, you've got to do it nicely.
If someone was to call me Michael, right?
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, in a chat, I'd be like, just call me Mikey, it's Mikey.
Yeah.
That's how you didn't correct somebody by being an asshole.
100%.
She's not capable of not doing it, that's the thing.
Yeah. As somebody who has continually had their name pronounced incorrectly for most of their life, you just kind of get used to it and move on.
Aye.
Like, I had a boss who called me the wrong name forever.
Yeah, you just didn't even say it.
Nah, I kind of got over it. And there's a few that have just not even been the wrong pronunciation, just the wrong name.
Yeah.
And once you've corrected once or twice, there's not much you can do.
I think that's working in academia, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I worked a lot. I worked academia adjacent for about 10 years. And you meet some people, I'll tell you.
And some names.
Oh, and some names. I've met some amazing people. I've met people from all over the world. It's one of the best things about my professional life was doing that job and meeting people from literally everywhere. It was great. And just asking them about their cultures and their countries and what life's like where they're from. And you know what I'm saying? It was amazing. It's so eye-opening. Everybody should have to do it, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Or want to do it.
But Judith also doesn't seem to have any want to take part in what JD and Wayne want to do.
I know, she gets a very gracious offer when she gets to the door, if you ask me.
And a beer bong for the ladies?
No.
Totally cool. No peer pressure.
But that's it. The thing is, JD...
There is no peer pressure, you're right.
JD's like, cool, I'll just have it.
But the best part is when he does his beer bong Chewy impression after that. I love it. It's pretty good, but I'm going to say something about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's mere Tuscan Raider.
Yeah, it's more Bantha.
Oh, maybe it's Bantha. Maybe it is. Aye, let's have a go. Hold on. I feel like when the Tuscan attacks Luke in the original Star Wars.
Yeah.
With the hand with his head.
Yeah.
Sounds like that a wee bit.
A wee bit, yeah. So Wayne arrives to kind of add an extra layer of bufferage between them all, and he takes Judith through over a grand tour of the Hall O'Neill.
The Hall O'Neill is literally their hallway is just like, it's kind of like our Hall of Monsters that we have in this house.
Yes.
Which is, we've got our hallway is all our old movie posters for monster movies.
It is, yeah.
Because I've collected them for ages because I'm a little dork for those movies.
Yeah, you are. But we wouldn't change you.
Thanks.
At least it's not a whole wall and room of Neil Diamond memorabilia.
I would do it for the monsters if I had a room.
Yeah, well, we don't. Thank goodness for small graces. But Judith calls the guy's obsession with Neil Diamond a delusional projection fantasy.
She does. In my field, we call that a delusional projection fantasy. And I'm like, in my field, eat shit.
Yeah, basically. Oh, she's so horrible.
Okay.
She's so mean to them. Like, not even just indulging it, being like, oh, that's really nice. Like, oh, I've not listened to much Neil Diamond, but if you could recommend some stuff. Like, there's loads of things a normal human being would do, but she's just...
But you didn't do that when you're a medieval woman.
Medieval. Dearie me. During the conversation around their Neil Diamond memorabilia, they reveal that they have a restraining order in place from Neil that means they can't go to his up-and-coming concert, unfortunately. When we see them talking about the restraining order, you get to see why that Neil Diamond has a restraining order in place. And it's another Neil Diamond cameo.
Yeah, man, he's in this quite a bit.
He is in it quite a bit. He seems like he's a good sport. So what you see is Wayne, JD and Darren waiting to meet Neil Diamond, like after his concert, like pressed right up against the barrier. And JD just cannot control himself and breaks through the barrier and gives Neil Diamond a big
I want
hug.
to party with you. That's what he's like it. And this is the bit where you get the hello cover, this punk one. It's like, hello, my friend, hello. Can that? Do you remember that bit? I'd need to figure out what the cover is because it's quite good.
Ah, there you go.
Well, that wee bit was good.
The soundtrack may be on Spotify.
Well, it's no, but somebody made a playlist, but a lot of the stuff's missing or they've had to sub it because some of the stuff's just not there.
Sad.
Like the Vandals cover of Evil Women isn't there, so.
Double sad. Medieval women denied.
Nay, medieval women for me. I don't know, you like medieval shit, so.
What?
Do you know, like swords and that? You like Lord of the Rings? It's not really medieval because it never happened, but.
Yeah, back
That's
on
what I think, right? I'll say, right? My dad, right? Every time I talk about Lord of the Rings, he's like, oh, I don't like the movies, right? And then he's like, oh, I just don't like anything medieval. And I'm like, I don't think Lord of the Rings counts as medieval because it's no, like, part of history or whatever.
No.
I know what he means, though, It's like he'll play Grand Theft Auto, he likes that. But me and Peter, like, try Assassin's Creed, but he'll not do it.
Nah.
Because it's historic based, he doesn't want it. But he's got a YouTube channel based on Scottish history. So my dad is an enigma, cat.
Enigma wrapped in a mystery.
Oh, God, we wouldn't change him, I'll tell you. He's class, but he's just something else.
All them medieval times.
Oh, man, remember when we were in New York and I was like, guys, we're like, we're not going to medieval times. It's not even in New York City. It's actually ages away. I'm like, it might be worth a trip.
Yeah, no, not happening. Judith's pretty horrified about the state of the house as well. Not just like the look and what they choose to do with their time, but I think she's pretty horrified by how dirty the place is.
I noticed it when I watched it the other day too. We've all got stuff like, God almighty, our house cat, we're still working on this place 7 odd years later.
Yeah.
And we're still stuff we need to do, but life hasn't been kind, and so we'll do it when we can.
Absolutely, we're chipping away at it.
But with these guys, it's literally, I don't know.
Yeah, these guys are pigs.
Aye.
Like, they're clearly two bachelors.
She actually calls them pigs.
She does. And she says that they lack personal hygiene as well.
Aye, but basically at this point the football game starts and the noise that they make of excitement and it lives rent-free in my head. This noise has been burned into my memory since I saw this film when I was a kid because I watched it a lot for a whole week, every day at least, because it was a wee guy club film.
Wow, that's a lot.
And so that's what you did then, wasn't it?
It is.
And anybody listening might remember as well, you would get a film, a new movie, and you'd watch the shit out of it. And that's what Wee Guy Club was great for. And that's why when we do a Wee Guy Club movie, I know them really well, like I did Lake Placid, for example. Do you know what I'm saying? So some sounds just live in there. And this is one of them. We wouldn't want to be their neighbours, though.
Game's on, game's on! Give me a remote!
And do you know what? Jack Black jumps in his wee recliner, his wee legs go, oh God, kick the thing out. I'm always kicking that. But when his wee legs go, so they're sitting down now and the game is basically started. And so this is where she gets a chance to talk to Darren without them there.
Yes. So Judith does what we've all done at some point and mouths to their to Darren, our partner, I want to leave. because she's clearly not having a good time. She's not interested in making friends with him.
That's me 3 minutes into every social gathering.
Despite Judith's protests, Darren tries to convince her to say something like, oh, you know what, I always do this on Sunday, I come and see the boys and all that. And at which point, Wayne and JD start arguing about nachos.
Yeah, I'll actually just play the thing and then I'll ask you what your thoughts are on it.
Hey! Hey! What are you doing?
Dude, if you get the nachos stuck together, that's one nacho.
So he picks it up, the nacho, and the cheese sticks it to several other nachos, probably about half the plate, to be fair.
Most of the plate.
Most of the plate. And that's when he's like, it's one nacho. Thoughts?
I've got a really deep sense of justice, and sometimes it's a real problem. So I've got a real thing about fairness and equitable shares and stuff, particularly around food. Like, that's why I don't really enjoy sharing food, because I never feel like it's even Stevens.
Yeah.
So I think that if you pick up a tortilla chip that is in nachos and all the other tortilla chips come with it, it is your responsibility to make sure that it's divvied up
Break
fairly.
off a wee bit, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Definitely a thing. If you pick up a tortilla and it's stuck to about 4 others, oh, well, that's your wee lump of nacho for a bit.
Yeah.
But if you pick up half the plate, most of the plate, come on.
I'm very much not in G's camp.
Me either.
Good.
Well, she looked at me like she approved there, by the way.
If this was a Telltale game, I would say Katrina will remember this.
Oh, man, how good are those games?
So good. So JD, I think, sees the horrified look on Judith's face and then tries to be chivalrous.
Tries to be as accommodating as he can.
Yes, absolutely, to make her feel comfortable. And he's like, look, you come and sit in my chair. And then he stands up and it is just covered in crumbs and crisps.
It's comically gross.
It's disgusting.
Disgusting!
Disgusting. So he sort of tries to get the worst of it off. And he's like, come on, sit. Come on, sit. And he's like, I'll try and recline you. So she sits down and he's like, I'll recline it for you. And she's like, no, I'd rather sit in a forward position. And it all goes a bit wrong.
Let me help you with it. She's got multiple reclining positions.
That's okay, I can just sit forward.
No, that's all right. It's a little stuck.
No, it's fine.
Takes
I
a little
can
muscle.
It's okay.
Come on, you fucking piece of shit.
I don't need. I
got it. It's no trouble.
Oh, hey, are you okay?
You fucking piece of shit!
Do you know what it reminded me of? You in the window in New York. When you were trying to open the window and fucking...
Oh, God, that story. Your dad likes to remind me of that one, eh?
Yeah.
God almighty. I forgot I did do that.
Yeah.
And I've been known to do that.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need a little bit of a fucking...
You fucking piece of shit. It's
Yeah.
true. That's exactly what he just did. And that's probably why I did it.
Probably.
Because that was ingrained in my brain.
Yeah, formative years for you. I do feel sorry for JD at this point. Like, he's horrified.
I'm a fucking...
Yeah, he sort of smacks his head. And I feel so sorry for him because, like, they're quite clearly, they do want her to feel comfortable in their presence. They're not trying super hard to meet her halfway, but she, from the get-go, has not given them an inch.
Nah, I think she's such a freaking baby here. Get me something. She's like so angry.
So yeah, as we said, she gets covered in all this stuff, like especially because they go back to watching the football, and when there's a touchdown, Wayne and JD like throw
Beer
their
shower.
beers. Yeah, so she's got salsa, she's covered in beer, and the next scene we see is actually Judith in the car with Darren, where she is like, "You
She's
cannot
pulling out the
see them again."
driveway. Yeah, she pulls out. The next scene is literally go right out the driveway, and she says that. Yeah, she says,
"You cannot see your friends again. You do not go and see JD and Wayne ever again."
She's really horrible, and she's like, "You can't do this now. You can't do that. We're going to get you new friends, all the rest of it." And I just had here, if I was Darren, I'd be like, please stop this car. I never want to see you again. That is 100% what you should do in that situation if that ever happens to you.
Oh, definitely. Like, you can't let somebody control your life.
But that's the thing. If this kind of thing happened in real life and somebody treated somebody this way, it would be abusive and
Yes.
hideous. This is a silly comedy from the noughties, all right?
Yeah.
So we're not going down that road. We can appreciate that what happens in this movie, and if it was to happen in real life, would be so vastly inappropriate. It's
Yeah.
a silly comedy for the noughties. So
is.
let's just suspend our disbelief for a minute.
Yeah.
But it still pisses me off when I see it. And it did when
Yeah.
I was a kid as well. Even, you know?
Yeah, definitely. But worse than not being able to see his friends anymore, she demands that he quit the Diamonds in the Rough.
Aye, that quote-unquote bullshit band, she says.
Awful. She's an awful human being. And she makes him put his Neil Diamond vinyl records into a fire.
Yeah, she torches Neil.
It's awful.
So I think this is, do we find out all this whilst Wayne and JD are on the pier doing their 1 hour a wee gigs? They just like busk on the pier sort of thing.
Yeah.
With their wee Diamonds in the Rough band. And they're catching up about Darren because they've both not seen him. It's just the two of them there. And they've got a new band member as well who's class. Because this
do.
guy is so into it, eh?
Oh, he's given the performance of a lifetime.
I know, it's like his life counts on it. It's great. Now, it's one of these things where I believe this guy, because I was looking at it, he was supposed to be Indian, right?
Right, okay.
And so it's very stereotyped the way he's talking talking and the things he's doing. And when I was thinking about it, you know, to me it wasn't dissimilar to what we see in like Big Bang Theory, for example, with Raj speaks very similarly and he acts very similarly to him. It was a bit of hallmark for movies at the time to do this stupid shit because it was like having shock value or something, or having these like sort of moments of like, oh, you can't do that, you know. But like it is a stereotype we've seen over and over, and it's no new and it's no, you know. But I did notice it. You can't notice it here.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to highlight really was how fun the guy is and how much fun he's having.
He's having a great time.
He's having the best time, and he's totally trying to roll with it, even though like the two of them are like, this isn't working. But he's no bothered. Like,
he's an absolute hoot. However, as they're talking, they're getting more and more angry about what's happening with Darren, including, by the way, I'm getting ass implants.
Oh, he gets butt cheek implants because she doesn't like the way his butt looks. You guys seen it? Jason Biggs getting a... Well, basically, it's Jason Biggs with a big fake bum that they're putting implants into.
Yeah, it's quite funny. But the rage that they're feeling about like all of the changes
I think it's the torching Neil Diamond records that really sets this off, isn't it? And they get quite mad.
You're right, the woman's a monster. 2, 3, 4.
I would go and see an angry Neil Diamond band.
I know, Neil Diamond metal is a thing for that. It obviously works for like pop punky stuff or punk stuff.
Yeah.
I heard that earlier, so
it could work. So Wayne and JD decide to meet up with Darren and try and air their concerns about Judith, that she's not the right woman for him. So they do this on, we're not sure if it's the same pier.
It's up here. There's a lot of pier action going on in this movie.
There is a lot of piers.
Yeah. I don't even know what state this is based in.
Me neither.
Also, Darren's driving a Vespa and it's fucking awesome.
It is a nice Vespa.
Kat and I really want electric Vespas, one each, so we can go on little drives up the coast because we live near the coast. It would be awesome.
It would be so good.
It's the dream. It's actually the long-term dream for me is to have one.
Yeah, Vespa, if you're listening, you know, if you want to sponsor the podcast by sending us 2 electric Vespas, that'd be great.
That's it. Like that. This podcast is brought to you by Vespa. Use code RANKROTTEN1 or something like that.
To get 1% off.
To get 1% off.
Hey, 1% off still a lot when it's a lot of money.
And to fund Cat and Mikey's free Vespas that we give them. We've had nothing back from this. That's what they'd be like.
So Darren does turn up, but he says to them almost as soon as he arrives on his Vespa, he's like, oh, I can only stay for like a minute. I've got to go and wax Judith's legs.
I only have a minute. I have to get back and wax Judith's legs.
We miss you. We never see you anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I am, but I've just been so happy spending time with Judith.
I'm not convinced he is having such a good time. Maybe he is. Maybe he thinks he is. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I think he thinks he is.
Right. Well, I mean, if you think that, the next thing definitely is a red flag, isn't it?
Yeah, he reveals that he is attending relationship counselling.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, with my relationship counseling sessions...
Counseling?
Yeah. I go 2 hours 3 times a week.
Huh. Who's your counselor?
Judith.
Right.
Okay, of course it is. But the delivery is great though. He comes in sort of Judith. Like, and he nods like it's totally normal, and they're like, right, wait a minute. Even they're like, hold on.
Yeah, hang on here. That's a bit of a conflict of interest. At this point, Wayne and JD also pull up their chart.
Kat, I felt you'd be really proud of them here. They have data and they have a chart to display it with. It's great.
They do, and it's hand drawn, which is very, very detailed.
Aye.
The quality is quite high on it. I've got a few minor critiques of it, but I'll give that to them in writing.
Aye, you should, aye.
Yeah, but all in all, pretty good.
See this movie you made 25 years ago? Inaccurate! That's what you could do.
Yeah, your stuff needs a legend, needs a proper title.
We've got a letter for another crazy epidemiologist.
Wayne and JD decide to try and save Darren by going to Judith's office and bribing her.
Essentially buying her out, aye.
They arrive at the office and she says that she normally charges $200 an hour. So how much money do they have?
I'm like, that's too much.
It's a lot of money. So I think it works out that they can only afford 2.5 minutes of her time. While they're emptying out their pockets trying to see how much money they can gather together, for some reason Wayne has a peg in his pocket. And I was like, why have you got a peg? But
I often have pegs in my pocket.
Why?
Day in the washing. You just put them in your pocket, eh?
Don't do that.
All right.
Maybe I'm Judith.
Guys, I got it, mate. You tell me off proper, eh?
Yeah, don't do that. That's why I kind of fitted the pegs.
Do you know what my favourite part is here, where they're trying to convince Judith that she needs to let Darren go? Is that JD goes, the band needs him.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
Absolutely kills me every time, because he's being so serious.
Yeah, as if she was going to go, oh well then,
oh,
yeah.
well, I feel that's all right then.
Yeah,
you can
sure.
have him back.
But they do try quite a few different things to get her to just leave Darren, including trying to see whether the house would entice her.
I actually sell the house that belonged to his grandmother and that somebody built.
Yeah, this house has been in his family for generations, and it transpires that his grandma is buried in the back garden.
But it's not quite enough to entice Judith, is it?
I don't want your shitty old house or your dead grandmother.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Straight to the point. In a last-ditch attempt to get her to leave, they decide to arm wrestle for Darren. And, of course, Judith wins.
She makes some jokes about Wayne's sexual vulnerability to put him off whilst he is arm wrestling her.
Yeah, she plays dirty
And
trick.
it totally works. And do you know what always annoyed me? She slams his hand down on the table and she goes, I win, you lose, now get out. And it's the way she does it like a child. And I'm always like, you're such a fucking... It used to make me mad. Still does.
See, I quite like that bit.
Oh, did you? How?
That says more about me than anything else. But there is a bit when they're leaving her office, at her request, one of them bends her. She's got like one of these bendy poise lamps, and they bend the lamp.
I don't know. It's like these arms. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
And then she bends it backwards.
He bends it the wrong direction just out of sheer pettiness, and I loved it.
So I was pointing to her microphone arms.
Yeah.
Not like my actual arm.
Which does not bend
I don't
backwards,
know,
thank God.
sorry, that's like Spider-Man. Like that. Oh, God.
Yeah, please don't make that sound again.
Right.
Are you okay?
I'm alright. I'm just strained my arm a wee bit by trying to be Spider-Man. Don't know how he does it.
So JD and Wayne do the next logical thing, which is to conduct a fake photo shoot with 2 sex workers.
Of course.
Yep.
Gotta be done.
So they decide to have this photo shoot in a club with these 2 sex workers. And they're having a great time. They're like taking loads of photos of like them having drinks with the girls and all this sort of stuff. And then they go back to Wayne's house and then they play like topless ping pong and they do all sorts of shenanigans.
Do you know what's funny though? When they drive up in the van, he's like, hello, ladies, right? Jack Black does that. And then they ask him about pricing.
Yeah.
And she goes, $50 for you. And then she looks at Jack Black and she goes, 200 for your friend. and JD's just like, all right, he's not bothered.
Nah.
Okay.
Nothing damps his flow.
God. I did kind of, it's going to be because they were playing topless table tennis, topless chess.
Yeah.
I seem to remember there being a TV show on the TV when I was a kid that I absolutely did not sneak watch called Topless Darts.
Well, there you go.
And it was women playing darts.
Topless.
Topless.
Yeah, that seems like a dangerous combination of darts.
Oh, they're throwing the darts away and at each other. That would just be sadistic.
There's still too many risky variables involved for my taste.
It's a sign of the times, though. I tell you that.
Yeah, you
It's getting topless darts these days.
Imagine if somebody started that now. So the master plan here, which they do execute, is that they transpose Darren's head onto the photographs that they have taken.
And they do it all manually, no computers, and they do it all in literally in a shop.
Yeah, like
With
in
all
a
these
photocopy
topless
shop.
pictures all over the table.
Yeah, totally. The dedication is real on that front.
They care.
They really do. So what they do is they take these doctor photographs and they send them to Judith to try and expose Darren's cheating. Awful. What a shame. Poor Judith. Judith turns up distraught at Wayne's house and says to Wayne and JD that she can't believe that Darren would do this to her. And she shows them the photographs that she received in the post. However, there's a few things that maybe Wayne and JD didn't sort out before sending the photos. And Judith grabs Wayne's shirt and rips the arm off to reveal a tattoo.
It's like an anchor.
It is. It's got mum on it.
Oh, is it?
And she's like, yeah, in this photo, Darren's got a tattoo. He doesn't have a tattoo, but you've got a tattoo.
And she's like, if you talk to him again, I'll kill you. She walks away.
Yeah.
And I'm like the tattoo was the giveaway here. You know,
Yeah.
I think you're being a bit kind here. We know that they're doctors, right?
Yeah, like Darren's head is a very different colour
And
to
he's
the
like
body.
making daft faces because he's just got like random pictures of Darren that they found.
Yeah, not their finest work, I have to say.
So Darren meets up with Wayne and JD to let them know that out of the blue, Judith has proposed. And this is another bit that is staged like milk, I would say, because in the sun. He says that Judith has said, he says he's taken Judith's surname and it is sexist for it to be the other way around. And it's like, and they're just like, they're a bit confused. And I'm like, that's daft now. You wouldn't even think about that now.
I know. You can do what suits your life best.
Do whatever feels right and whatever's right for you. There's not really any judgment. Do you know
Definitely
what I mean?
not.
And again, I don't think it would fly now.
No, I don't think so either. But again, it just shows that the power dynamic is way off in that relationship. Like, Judith proposed to him, which, absolutely fine.
It's fine also, yeah.
It is absolutely fine. But she's decided they're getting married. She's decided that he's taken her name.
She's decided everything anyway. It's just, I think all this is to try and sprinkle a wee bit extra flavour on that whole thing. Because
Definitely.
that's all it is. But unfortunately now when you look at it, this particular bit, it doesn't really stand out as being particularly controlling. Because we know the character she is. It is controlling.
Exactly.
Anyway, when they're out, they run into Sandy Perkis from the circus.
Nice.
And played by Amanda Detmer. Is that Detmer? Is that how you say that? Anyway, I recognised her for some other things, but we looked and we weren't really recognising it.
No.
There's got to be something out there we're passing it, unless this is literally the film I was thinking of.
Yeah.
And well, basically, she's really excited to see Darren. The other two are basically like, remember me, and they're desperate to try and get her to remember them for whatever reason. And first we have Wayne, who was apparently in the talent show.
Hey, it's Wayne. High school, remember? You remember? You can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. Because if your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance...
Oh,
right,
the senior talent show. Yeah, you were booed off the stage.
And that was the first time I'd heard that song.
Wow, that's the first time you'd heard Safety Dance.
Aye, back then I hadn't heard
Wow.
it before that point, and if I had, I didn't know what it was.
That's
and then
amazing.
years later, I heard the actual song, and I went, "That's the song for Saving Silverman for Evil Woman" at the time. Do you know what I mean?
That's so funny.
And then JD decides to step in and also remind her of a few things he did. The one thing I haven't put in here is he says that he went to the prom with a tuxedo painted on his naked body.
Yeah.
But also he did this.
Oh. Remember that time in science class I was lighting farts with a Bunsen burner and I singed my ball sack?
Oh, no.
Man, I still can't grow hair on my left nut.
Oh, yuck.
It's the fact she's like, oh, no.
Yeah, she's so nice.
I know.
She's so nice.
They're absolute weirdos. Like, when it comes to try to hug her, they're very confusing. Their behaviour's really odd.
Yeah.
Like, JD's like, way, and it's like, she's a bit like,
And then Wayne tries to sort of kiss
Don't
her
know why she
cheek
sounds like an
and
old man.
Wayne tries to sort of kiss her cheek and stuff. It's a very awkward.
I think they're just awkward and
Yeah.
a bit shit, to be honest.
Yeah.
But basically, the two lads notice that Darren still has a soft spot for Sandy. It's quite apparent. And he's previously described her as his one and only.
Aw, cute.
Judith then decides to host an engagement party and doesn't invite Wayne and JD, who show up at the door to return Darren's Vespa helmet. Judith is trying to set Darren up with new friends, which results in JD and Wayne barging in to literally start a fight.
I was convinced that Clayton was Rob McElhenney.
Kat was like, "It's Rob McElhenney," because you didn't get a close look at his face. And I'm pretty sure it's not.
Yeah. It took me a little minute, and then I was like, oh, it's definitely not.
It was one of those things, because sometimes when that happens, you are like, that is who that is, and I'm like, I'm no shit, I don't think it is, but I'll let this play out. And that's what happens.
That is exactly what happened.
To be fair, happens the other way around or not. I did too.
Yeah, you do.
So they're no best pleased with these new people, and they're like, because the people assume that they're working there. They're like, oh, I'll have a club sandwich.
Well, they try and pass off their old plates of party food on Wayne and JD, thinking that they're working the party.
And Wayne just turns like, we don't work here.
Yeah.
It's quite funny.
My name is Brett, and this is Clayton.
And this is Darren.
Yeah, we know who he is. Clayton.
Darren's our friend, Brett.
We knew him first.
Fuck you, replacement friend! Eat this, fake Wayne!
And then he shoves the half-eaten sandwich in his
Sandwich
face.
in his face, but it's like, fake Wayne got you, like.
Oh, it really did. Eat this, fake Wayne!
That's fake Wayne. Following this, they get chucked out the house, and they're basically like, this isn't the end of this, and this is the soundbite that, if there's any soundbite in this film that plays rent-free in my brain and has done for the past 25 years, it's this. I've already told you I've sent Rab several voice notes, bordering on aggressively irritating, but this is the bit.
Hey, this isn't over yet! We're not giving up on Darren! Yeah! Coming on, yeah!
What I do love is that they have different approaches, and Wayne just sort of goes, yeah! So on the way home, they basically are in the van, and Wayne is absolutely ranting about the situation. And he basically says, what we need to do is kidnap Judith and set Darren up with Sandy.
I think that's the only logical step.
But in this classic sort of JD Jack Black way, he's not really listening, and he's so in for the plan, and then realises what he's just said. And when this moment happened, I knew it was coming, and you burst out laughing because of Jack Black's reaction. It's great.
That is why we have to intervene.
Yep.
And fix the problem.
Definite.
All right. Yeah. We're going to kidnap Judith and set Darren up with Sandy.
Yeah! What?
Yeah! So one evening, Darren leaves, and Wayne and JD break into the house to kidnap Judith.
Yes.
Standard.
Yes, they do.
Standard comedy bands. And the two are in disguises, and they're communicating via walkie-talkie. Now, it's really funny because Wayne's trying to cut the power to the house and cuts the power to the wrong house.
Not even the wrong house, to the wrong street.
Wrong street, just completely goes in. He's like, whoops. And also, for some reason, JD has a pair of tights on his head, looks like Goofy.
Yeah.
If you're looking for Goofy cosplay or want to dress up like Goofy for Halloween, pair of tights.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend doing it the Jack Black way, though, because they are fishnet tights.
Oh, yeah. But you can see his face, and he's got the little hair bit at the top. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does it work better, maybe?
Maybe.
He kind of still looks like a mugger. And also,
yeah,
he wears the tights as a disguise, but if Judith couldn't tell who he was, then, you know what I'm saying? I'd be very surprised. Also, again, I wrote here, that Vespa, though.
I know, it's a nice
Gorge,
one.
yeah. Oh, I've got to get one, We're going to get one. At
One
least
day.
one. But I want 2 electric ones. Vespa, I hope you're taking note. 2 electric ones. One in blue. Do you want blue?
I'll take blue. blue. I'll
One
take
in blue, and I'll have one that's black with purple flames. All right.
Oh, actually, if you're going black, can I have red instead then?
Cat wants red, and I'll have black with purple frames customised, please, with my name on it. Thank you. But the walkie-talkie bands is great because they're chatting with the walkie-talkies, and JD hasn't quite got the knack of how they work quite yet, has he?
Alarm system has been deactivated. Out.
Roger that.
Dude, you don't have to do the sound. It already does that. Out.
Copy that. I'm not gonna make the sound after I say stuff from now on. JD McNugent, over and out. That was the last one.
That was one of the bits I'd seen quoted over and over again on Reddit.
Oh, really?
Aye. That and the ba 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 da da ba ba da ba was another one. And I like that they're going in and JD's like, what if we get caught? And it's like, that's me catastrophizing shit. And then you're like, well, so you're like, I'm saying Wayne, he's like, we won't get caught. And I'm like, it's literally us.
Yeah, like I'm the Wayne, you're the JD.
I'm like, Cat, what if this happened? I come up with the most unlikely scenario. Like, what if we get abducted by aliens on the way to Spain? I don't know. And you're like, well, probably not.
Yeah, not likely to happen.
Might. But probably won't.
And I think nothing exemplifies more the fact that I'm the Wayne and you're the JD than what they talk about when they enter the house.
Well, basically, they get in the house and JD's like, I'm hungry.
That's you.
That's me. Yeah, this is how it plays out.
I'm hungry. We'll eat later. Can we go to Happy Burger? Yes, after the kidnapping. I'm gonna get a chubby checker with cheese.
That's you. That's just you all over.
Well, because I'm having to be quiet. Is that what you're suggesting?
Well, firstly, you cannot be quiet.
Yeah.
And secondly, the fact that you had to finish the sentence.
Well, true. I have to. And also, the chubby checker with cheese sounds good. Also, Chubby Checker was some sort of 60s rock and roll singer, by the way. I looked this up.
I have heard the name.
You said something about being silent. I've got a concern to air right now.
Oh.
Next month, we're going to Finland again.
Mm.
There's a chapel we're going to in Helsinki called the Chapel of Silence.
Yeah.
Right? We're visiting the Chapel of Silence, which is a non-denominational area to sit and be quiet in and to do whatever it is you want, to meditate or think about whatever it is you want, whether that's religious or not, right? It's a cool idea.
Great idea.
And it's apparently gorgeous. And we walked past it last time. We never even noticed.
Yeah, that's
and it's quite a mad looking building. So we're going to do that. I'm really worried about staying quiet.
I'm worried about you staying quiet.
You
too.
literally have to. It's in the rules. I don't know how much it's in the rules, but it is called the Chapel of Silence.
I think you can do it.
I think it'll be good for me.
I think it'll be really good for you, and
So-
it'll certainly be good for me.
So we'll let you know how that goes. Hey! Hey! So JD raids the fridge instead of looking around the house while Wayne goes to investigate the house. And Wayne enters the bedroom and takes aim at a tranquilizer gun at Judith, who is asleep, only for her to wake up and she kicks the gun, resulting in Wayne shooting himself in the leg.
So it's going well then.
So it's not going great. He then basically shouts for JD. He's like, I've been hit. JD abandons his pasta or noodles, whatever the fucking hell it is. And he abandons it and he goes, I'm coming! But it's just the way he does it. It's so fast. It's great.
I'm coming!
I never even noticed that when
Did
we
you
were
not?
actually watching
No.
it. No.
Again, for some reason, it's up here. You know what I mean?
That's
Don't know why.
so funny.
Okay. But anyway, so they go up. The kidnapping's a disaster, basically.
Yeah, it's not
isn't
going
it?
well.
It's not going great. But she grabs JD and she flushes his head in the toilet. She gives him a bog wash, as we put it here. And then Wayne wakes up and then limps down the stair with a numb leg. He manages to taser Judith while she's got JD's head in the toilet. They carry an unconscious Judith to their van and just leave as Darren's just arriving home in his cool Vespa. And they've left a fake note to Dan saying that she's left him.
Did you say Dan?
I did say Dan. Don't know who this new guy character is.
Yeah, new character. There's a game.
Dan, the man who can. Right, no, it's Darren. Right, sorry. Darren is back and he gets all fake letter. I've got it here, by the way. The note says, I never want to see your face or your fake butt again. That's what it says.
I also appreciate the fact that the letter was typed, so they couldn't be like, that's not Judith's handwriting.
Exactly. I don't know why people do
Clever.
that thing with the different letters for a magazine. You just type it.
Yeah.
Done. Oh, they used Comic Sans. They must be under 10. You know what I mean? Like, and then we see Judith waking up at Casa de Wayne, and she's chained to an engine in the garage and is being watched by a camera, which she sees basically taped to a pole or something up on the rafters of the basement. And JD goes down to give Judith food in his mascot costume and just sort of says nothing.
Yeah, he's trying
Because
his
he's in
best not to
disguise
say
and
it.
he's playing it cool. Wayne arranges to meet Sandy and asks if she's single. And he starts to big up Darren. It's kind of weird because he's like, are you single? And it's really weird thing to ask. And she's a bit like, oh God, what's going on? But it's quite quickly apparent that he's talking about Darren, not himself.
Yeah.
Sandy reveals that she's taken her final vows to become a nun in a week. Good for her. She wants to be a nun.
Absolutely. I can see why. She's a very sweet disposition.
Exactly. I'm not sure if nuns have got that reputation, sadly. In a lot of cases.
Yeah, I know.
I know that you certainly met nice nuns, because there's some nice nuns around here.
Mm-hmm.
And you used to, I think you've spoke about it perhaps here before, talk about nuns.
The blue nuns.
In the shop, the blue nuns. Oh, that's right. We had a conversation with blue nuns. That was back on Problem Child.
That's right.
Last season, available in the archives. But she reveals while in the circus she fell in love with her partner who fell and died during their act. And after that she decided to become a nun because she would never love again. And Wayne suggests that she should meet up with Darren.
Yeah, he's trying to play a matchmaker. Darren.
Darren.
Yeah. So she was a trapeze artist in the circus. Lovely.
I saw you watching this intently and I was like, I don't know what she's thinking. I can't wait to ask. So let's go. Let's go!
Let's go. Oh, God. Oh, I don't want to be
drop my nose.
That's what you get. That's what you get. Are you okay? Quite a stressful few minutes there for you. Do you remember what her partner was called?
Vince.
No, it's a very much an Italian stereotype.
Okay.
Luigi Panini.
Panini? As in the sticker books and the sandwiches?
Of the Panini sticker book empire.
Empire.
I do think it's maybe a little bit questionable, but you know, it's such a ridiculous story that why not? And also, who knows? It could be a stage name.
She says he was very vain.
Yeah.
And he's got jelly on his hands, and the jelly slips out his hands, and he falls to his death.
Jelly? I think it's just hair gel.
Oh, I always wondered why he put jelly all over his hands.
No, he's looking in the mirror and he fixes his hair with the gel.
Oh.
And then, because he's a trapeze artist, he slips and falls to his death because of the hair gel. There you go. 25-year mystery solved.
It is. And I knew a guy who used almost that much hair gel, I think, actually.
Yeah.
It was actually obnoxious amount.
Yeah, considering that was
many moons ago.
Yeah.
Do you know, and I was actually thinking here, I thought this ages ago, like, see if I was on my lonesome, I'd just become a monk.
Okay.
It'd be class, just living my wee monk life.
Aye.
Just like doing my garden, martial arts, I don't care what else monks do.
Making buck fast.
Bingo, making buck fast. Just living my wee monk life, just cutting about being a monk. Just like, I'm a monk and this is me for the rest of my life, and it's quite comfortable just monking around.
I can see you doing that, actually.
Aye. I genuinely was like, if I had nothing else, I would be a monk. But, you know, as it happens, I have quite a fabulous group of friends. I have a lovely wife and family. So, not a feasible option. But hey, something to fall back on.
It's always good to have a trade.
So JD and Darren decide to go out for a drink while Darren is theorising about what could have went wrong with Judith. What did I do? He doesn't understand what's happened to her. And he's like, well, what's going on? It doesn't feel right, you know what I mean? And he's theorising all these different things, and then JD, being the silly sausage that he is, comes out with this, and it's just hilarious. So you loved it.
I did.
I just can't figure out why Judith left. It doesn't make any sense. She didn't even take her clothes.
Maybe she went someplace where she didn't need clothes, like a nudist colony.
I don't think so.
Maybe she got kidnapped.
You think?
No, definitely not. That's impossible. It's like, well, why would that happen in a world?
In a world.
In the world. That's me.
Yeah, that is you.
If there's something I'm not supposed to say, I will struggle.
Mm-hmm.
No, that you can't tell me a secret, genuinely, but if it's something that you're like going to know, can't do it.
Especially, I've noticed it's much worse when you've had your cannabis.
Oh, yeah, there's no barrier there, yeah.
Have we told the story about Jazz's?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. In our town, there's two, well, there's more than two, there's a lot of restaurants, but one of them's called Mario's, and there's another one called Jazz's. And the person who used to work in Mario's owns Jazz's now, I do believe.
So Mario's was a pizza place, Jazz's is a chippy that also does pizzas. The guy is a genius for doing it.
Totally. So we were in Jazz's one night. We stopped in after being out and thought, right, we'll pick ourselves up a chippy and go home. So we went in and you just could not stop saying Mario's.
I don't know.
Honestly.
All I could think about was the fact that the guy worked at Mario's, and he looked at me and I looked at him and I was just like, it's Mario's. It's Mario's guy.
But so much so that literally it's like right next door to your dentist. So you went to say, this is like my dentist is next door, but you said Mario.
I did. Mario's just next door. And I was like, no, my dentist. And you were like, would you stop talking? Shh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, mate.
Stop.
Apologies if I've told that story before, but it's a relevant one, I think.
Oh, honestly, I thought I was gonna, honestly, my stomach was so sore from laughing.
Wayne turns up and tries to convince Darren to meet up with Sandy, but he says as long as Judith is alive, he won't give up on her.
Oh, that's true love.
So naturally, Wayne and JD dig up a recently deceased body and place it in Judith's car before rolling the car off the cliff to make it look like she's dead.
Great idea, guys. Great idea.
Here, and so you see Darren watching the telly, and he sees this on the news, that Judith's Fessburglar, or whatever her name is dead. And he's upset, and I'm like, that's not how it would work. They have to notify the families. Why did I say it like that?
I don't know.
We'll notify the family, get what I mean?
I don't know why you said it like that. I don't know. It's a weird one in that maybe he's not our next of kin yet because they're not married.
Right.
Like on official paperwork and all that sort of stuff.
Well,
It's a
fair.
weird one.
We have had experience with this shit before. So I get you. That's actually a valid point. Do you know, after all JD's antics so far, I'm willing to say, and I'm allowed to say this, he 100% has ADHD.
Oh, for sure.
Everything about his character screams it.
Mm-hmm.
100% ADHD confirmed. Now, I know Jack Black does anyway. Ken, famously.
JD in his mascot costume heads down in the basement garage, to bring Judith food and clothes because she's still in like the pajamas she was in when they kidnapped her. But JD is manipulated by Judith quite easily into talking about himself, which I think we all knew was bound to happen at some point, by suggesting that he's not the brains of the operation. And of course he can't resist taking the bait.
Oh, I get it. The other guy's the boss.
No, I make decisions too. I suggested that.
An outhouse, clever.
Thanks.
You must be very well educated.
I suppose.
Ivy League?
More or less.
Oh, which one? Yale, Harvard, Princeton?
SU.
Oh, Stanford University?
Subway University.
Do you know, it's a real thing, but it's as far as I understand, it's an online portal. It's like an online training system.
Wow.
So, and it's mostly, I think, maybe for people who open the franchises. So
That makes sense. And Judith continues to try and catch him out, and JD does get caught out in a fashion that I think would also catch me out, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, wait, I know someone who went there. Did you know J.D. McNugent?
No. Never heard of such a person ever.
Oh, well. We'll see you later, J.D.
Take it easy, Judith.
100% the sort of thing that I would fall for.
I know, it's great, isn't it? It's so funny. Take it easy, Judith. Oh, shit.
I know, they've all been there.
But the thing is, it's like I said already, if she didn't ken it was him in the goofy costume earlier, tights on his head, you know, she already kens his name. She's also supervillain intelligent. Fact.
True story. Wayne and JD go to seek advice from the only person who could help them, Coach Norton.
Was that his name? Like an antivirus?
Yeah, apparently so.
I'd rather be Coach NordVPN, preferably.
I'll be Coach Avast. Yeah.
Oh, that's way cooler.
I know. If you're not fast, you're last.
If you're not fast, you're last, but you're avast. There you go, right.
To get the advice from Coach Norton, they need to go to where he is, which is jail.
Of course.
And he's in jail for accidentally killing a referee with a football sign pole, like a javelin. He threw it at him and it impaled him right through the chest.
And then he goes, whoops. I'll tell you what, I looked into this and it has happened.
You're joking?
But not exactly like this, but there has been lots of records of referees being attacked or killed by family members and by angry sports fans and by players and managers. It's frickin' crazy.
Oh, you could not pay me enough money to be a referee in any
but
sport.
Nobody deserves to be murdered for it.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
we do live in Scotland though. People are always angry at referees, aren't you?
It's true.
Referee! You hear that every time you go to a football game, seriously.
You do. But I do love the Scottish sense of humour in that the referees are all sponsored by Specsavers.
Yeah, they are. It's very, very clever marketing right there.
Sponsoring a referee by an optician is just exquisite. Wayne and JD ask Coach's advice about what to do with Judith, and he says they should just kill her.
Kill her!
Yeah. The pair go back home and they do attempt to shoot Judith, but they end up deciding against it.
Yeah, they can't quite do it, and Judith knows that they're not going to be able to.
You see, you guys have never killed anything in your entire lives.
Oh, yeah? One time I was driving, and this squirrel ran out in the street, and I ran over him. And he didn't die right then, but he was limping and stuff. I'm pretty sure he died right after that.
Honestly, like that line, man, when I was a kid, cracked me up because it's Jack Black's delivery. Watch his face when he says it. He's like, He's just like, he doesn't crack. He's so angry and so intense. In fact, well, I slide it into the slideshow for TikTok, etc.
Do that.
I'll do it. Pretty sure he died right after that.
So Darren is deep in mourning.
Show me the meaning of being lonely. That's the song.
Aye.
Who was that? I've got here Backstreet Boys potentially.
Could be, yeah. Backstreet Boys, NSYNC maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Can't all be Neil Diamond. Although
No.
I'm sure there would be a Neil Diamond song to fit that
Aye.
moment. But anyway. So Darren is upset. But don't worry, Wayne's here. And he totally bursts in. And he's just like, don't be sad. But I've arranged lunch for you with Sandy. So, like, Darren's setting up this kind of shrine to Judith with some candles and photographs over and stuff. And Wayne just bursts in and then he tries to blow out the candles and totally misses.
Tries to blow out candles, fails. I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Blow the candles out.
I've got a poor attempt at candle blow-outery. So
Sometimes you need a friend like this to pull you out of a slump. You know what I mean? Especially when your fiance's mysteriously missing and she's been found dead in a car and all that. Ken, you need somebody like that to say, here, you need to go on a date with this young lassie that you like. Go on.
Aye, yeah. That's what a good pal would do, right?
Oh, of course.
At lunch with Sandy, it's quite clear there's still a little spark between the two of them. However, the kind of attempted date is ruined by Darren because he just keeps going on about Judith. And like, to be fair, it's really fresh. And like, he's talking to her and then he kind of starts crying and stuff.
It
and
does.
Like, Sandy's so sweet. She goes and comforts him.
By what?
By singing Neil Diamond.
Hello, my friend, hello. Well, that, isn't it?
Totally.
That's the one I think she picks.
It is, I think. So Darren asks how her family has been, and she talks about how her brother got rabies.
Stupid joke, innit?
Very stupid.
Go on, hit us with it. What's the problem? I can see it in your face.
So basically she says that he had rabies and they thought they were going to have to get him put down, which I did think was quite funny.
It's just so ridiculous, man.
It is, and then she's like, but don't worry, he recovered. And that's just not how that disease works.
You can't recover from rabies.
As far as I know, no, you cannot.
I thought this also. We
Yeah.
can't both be wrong. We probably can. But
Probably can.
my favourite part is that she says our mum and dad are doing really well because they opened a new website called circusfreak.com.
Yeah, we should check it out.
I did.
Excellent.
There is a domain and it has been taken, but there's nothing there.
Oh,
It
wonderful.
tells you when a domain's been registered. It's been registered, but there's nothing there yet.
Well, 25 years down the line, come on.
Maybe, I know, get it done,
Now's the
guys.
time.
Come on. Saving Silverman fan site. And it turns out that she's an absolute monder as well, which is nice.
What's a wonder?
A Neil Diamond fan, a monder.
Oh, right.
I don't think that's what they're called. I made this up, sorry.
Oh,
That's why you didn't understand, because
No.
I'm shit.
Yeah, you're not shit. It's just new. I'm not sure it'll catch on.
No, Monder's not going to kick off, I think.
We see another scene of Judith continuing to manipulate JD and just kind of psychologically breaking him down.
Well, she's just freaking... He turns up and he's like, here's some of your videos for you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I've got porno, monster trucks, and one that's both. Loved that.
Yeah. The Venn diagram of life carries on. Sandy and Darren are continuing their date and decide to go for a walk along the pier.
Just to say, this movie is difficult to cover because it jumps around skittity-plittity.
It
I don't know
is.
what that means, but it's everywhere. It's here, it's there, it boom, 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 constantly changing.
It is
So,
choppy.
Yeah.
So we see Sandy and Darren walking down the pier hand in hand. It's
I was
quite
going to say they're holding hands.
Yeah, it's quite cute, eh?
Yeah, which is annoying.
Lovely. I know. And they're talking about, because they were in the cheerleading team together, Darren was remembering that Sandy used to be really strong, and she says, oh, I still am. Like, the convent's got a great gym. So,
Love
I've been keeping up my
I was
strength
like, we
training.
better see that later. Spoiler, we do.
We do, and it's great.
It's class.
And Sandy says that she could lift Darren. He's like, no. And she does. But however, when she picks him up, she ends up throwing him off the pier.
Into the water. And he's like, of course he can't swim.
Of course he can't swim.
Do you know, I love this ridiculously evil versus ridiculously good thing. It's Sandy is constantly being hammered over your head with how brilliant a person she is. And Judith, the total opposite. It's no subtle.
No,
It's no
definitely
deep,
not.
but it is fun to have this different I liked it. Fun.
Yeah, it is. Sandy dives into the water and rescues Darren. And she goes to kiss him when she gets him up onto the beach. But at that exact moment, he coughs up a whole ton of water.
Yeah, and she's about like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
get it up then.
Yeah, pat. The next scene we see is JD is now fully committed to Judith for psychological counselling.
Yeah, he's just talking through his childhood and that. He's like, oh yeah, and then I was in 5th grade. She's like, right, okay. Maybe we should fast forward to your adulthood a little bit.
And she's really prying about his sexuality at this
She
point.
is. She's obviously got a master plan. Or, and this is what I think, she knows.
Yeah, I think she might.
Which is coming up shortly.
Yeah. So Darren and Sandy go into a laundry and are drying their clothes after getting all soaked. And Darren asks Sandy out to dinner.
That's it. And I like it because she's like, can you turn around while I get changed? Basically, can you turn around while I get scuddy in the middle of this laundromat?
Yeah, and apparently nuns don't wear bras.
Apparently no.
So there's that. Judith has finally managed to get out of JD that he is gay, and he comes out to her. And with that, there is the relief of the truth finally being told.
And the release of an absolute ear-splitting screech from Jack Black, which just doesn't sound like any human could make it ever. It's incredible.
It's okay. Just let it out.
Now, he makes that noise, I'm convinced.
Oh,
when you watch it,
100%.
you can see him do it.
Yeah. It sounds like an actual whistle.
It sounds like a kettle, one of the old-timey ones on the hob. Okay, I didn't make that noise. I don't know what that was.
I'm not wanting that
No,
kettle.
no, that's a hideous demon kettle. I don't want demon kettles in my house.
Little pig kettle.
Get your demon pig kettle in my house.
While JD is reeling from the emotional release of finally coming out, Judith sees her moment and whacks him over the head with a lamp.
Aye.
And once she's done that, she grabs the keys off of him and starts like breaking free. Judith makes a run for it, only for Wayne to return home at that exact moment. Wayne chases her and she tricks him by hiding behind a door. So it looks like she's gone out the window and she's hidden behind the door, and he runs over the window and she tips his feet up and pushes him out the window.
Quite clever. She flips the curtain out the window to make it look like she's escaped out the window, and she flips him out.
Yeah, she's a smart cookie. JD is running up the stairs and following closely behind and falls for the exact same trick. And it's brilliant because of the two of them getting like swept up exactly the same.
It's slapstick as hell, and it's funny, and I quite appreciate it. You just see them lying on the ground like, and you're like, this is so silly and slapstick. I enjoy a bit of slapstick from time to time.
Yeah, I think it was perfectly timed.
Done well, and it's timed well.
So Judith just makes a break for it, down the street, runs off, and she is chased by Wayne and JD in Wayne's pest control truck. Weirdly enough, though, at that point, Darren is out on his scooter and he catches a glimpse of her running across the street because it's night, and she gets kind of caught in the headlamp of his Vespa.
Aye.
Another mention for Vespa.
Yeah, Vespa!
Just contact the podcast by the email and we'll get
Please
your
let us know.
addresses.
Purple Flames potentially.
We can negotiate on that. But Darren gets such a fright from actually seeing Judith that he ends up crashing his scooter. Wayne and JD have managed to get close enough to Judith that JD gets out of the truck and chases Judith on foot. Judith heads to a house, bang on the door, try and get some help. But as the resident is coming down the stairs to try and help her, he falls down the stairs.
He also falls, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of slapstick in this section.
There's also some weird race stuff here that just doesn't belong at all. And it doesn't really add to the comedy in any particular way.
No.
Whereas our Indian friend on the pier earlier actually was quite joyful, we thought. This bit's just really stupid, and it's like, doesn't need to be there at all.
No, definitely not. I feel like that section could have been cut 100%. Judith manages to get in the truck and steal it with JD hanging on to the door, and she uses the taser that was previously used to electrocute her to get JD off of the truck. She then drives it to the police station where Wayne is waiting and shoots her with a dart just as she arrives, thinking she's safe. And he quickly throws a tarp over her to stop the police getting suspicious and tells them a very interesting lie.
Hi, officers. You're safe. I'm Cowboy Wayne. I just bagged me one of them killer goats that escaped from the zoo.
Good job.
Yeah. Good job.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely nailed it.
Yep.
It's there's a few wee bits on police commentary on the police in this. There's this bit where they joke about where the two cops come out and just buy it because they're like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
And then there's a bit earlier where the body, when Judith's body is found, they arrest two, quote unquote, on the news, Cuban nationals.
Yeah.
So I think that the jokes are there about the police.
Yeah, definitely. So thankfully, Wayne has managed to get Judith back to the garage and chains her up again. And while JD and Wayne are having a bit of a debrief about how Judith got out even in the first place, JD comes out to Wayne, and it's a really interesting scene because Wayne really isn't that fussed that JD has come out as gay, but he's more annoyed about the fact that he was so easily manipulated by Judith.
He's more pissed about that. He's like, right, well, what you doing? Like, you let her out though. Like,
I know. What's going on here?
Whilst he doesn't really emphasise it too much. There is little moments of that sort of gay panic thing where he's like, but I still think largely the emphasis isn't on JD being gay, not necessarily. And the fact that it's so matter of fact, and most people are just like, I crowned, whatever. And he is 100% like, that's me, I am gay, and that's realised that now, and I feel way better because I know this now.
Yeah.
So it's a really interesting thing, even for the time. For the other race jokes and everything, they could have went down that road and made it very sort of homophobic, but they don't. Really.
No, they really don't.
I don't think so anyway. Now, other people might watch this and feel like it is, but I think perhaps, and from what I saw online, the focus has shifted elsewhere. A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So we see the nuns training in the gym.
Yeah!
And I'm glad we get to see the nun gym, because I had been wondering from earlier on. Mother Superior is chatting to Sandy, who says she's having second thoughts about becoming a nun. And she says to her that she's the only one, and Mother Superior says to her that she's the only one that can choose what's right for her. But once she has taken her vows, that's it.
Yeah, I think it's sage advice. It is obviously a very personal choice, but also that is a great gym.
It's a banging gym. It's like an old room with like wood paneling and that on the walls. So it looks like it's part of the convent, but they've got all these banging machines and like free weights and that.
Yeah.
But it was cool to get to see the legendary nun gym where they work out in habits, apparently. I actually looked this up. They actually wear a modified exercise habit in real life.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's
cool.
a slightly different habit that they can wear, therefore sweat and that, and also gives them a little bit more air in that.
Like a bit more breathable.
Slightly modified, but different, aye.
nice.
It's kind of cool to know that they can go and exercise and that they have something they can wear to do that.
Yeah, very cool.
Wayne adds extra change to Judith and puts her sports mask, padded goalie mask thing on her to stop her biting him, and he offers her blended food, which she says no to because she wants a big Montana from our base, which actually sounds pretty rad.
Well, we can't all get what we want, Judith.
No, we can't, but anyway, she tries to get in Wayne's head, just like she did with JD. She's basically she's attempting to convince him that he is also gay.
Yeah.
She's trying to use the same trick twice. But unfortunately, I don't think Wayne is, and so he's like, well, no,
Nah,
we're not doing that.
not interested.
It is cool, though, as I said, that JD embraces it completely and accepts that he's gay.
Yeah, that's the part of himself that's always been missing, and he didn't quite realise it.
That's it, and then like Wayne's reluctance and denial is quite persistent. You know what I mean? Especially when we see him try to perform self-fellatio on him later on.
Yes.
On himself later on. You know what I mean? So you're like, right, okay, where are we going with this? Like, Darren and Sandy are having dinner, but he keeps mentioning Judith's name. So Darren, clearly desperate, calls Wayne for help. And Wayne's doing, let's just say, naked yoga, as I just referred to a second ago. Wayne tries to help by attaching clips to Darren's nippy nips to electrocute him every time he mentions Judith's name.
Yeah, so he wears a wiretap that Wayne can hear whatever's being said.
There's actually no need for the nippy shocks to be that severe, eh?
No.
Nippy nip nips.
Ow! 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 Okay, I don't think I'm comfortable having these things on my nipples, okay?
I could put them on your balls.
The nipples are fine. Nipples work.
Yeah. It does look like sort of a small battery pack and jumper leads for a car.
Aye.
Seems like quite a big shop.
It's a great example of the highbrow comedy that we're getting here. Wayne takes a spot in the restaurant where he can hear their conversation, and he's basically, the guy comes over and he's like, you'll have to leave. And I love it because Wayne just turns around and he's like, actually, I spend a lot of money in this place, so why don't you just leave me the hell alone?
I love that.
And I'm like, I'm going to start using that last part. Why don't you just leave me the hell alone?
Yeah.
Great.
I'm going to start using that front part. I spend a lot of money in here.
Oh, it's quite good. People do that though, eh? That's
Yeah.
a thing. But
Definitely, but if it works, I'm going to use it.
I'm just going to go up to like a granny on the street in the morning and be like, why don't you leave me the hell alone?
Okay.
In her face. What?
Please don't do that.
I probably won't. Probably.
So
Wayne gets beat up by the bouncer guy outside after being kicked out of the restaurant, and because he's getting hit, the charges sort of go wrong on Darren's nippy nips, and so because he's being hit with the machine, so Darren's like on the dance floor with Sandy and he's doing like mad dance moves, but he's actually being electrocuted.
Yeah, but also she's loving it. She's like, oh wow, nice moves.
And then there's a nipple fire.
There is a nipple fire, yeah. Just a small nipple fire to begin with.
That's it. He shoots fire across the bar. Does he know? Is that, am I making that up? I don't know.
Yeah, so what happens is...
Excited. That's what happens.
So what happens is his shirt goes on fire while he's dancing, and he runs over to the bar to get water to put it out. But unfortunately, there's obviously a lot of drink spilt on the bar, and it sets the bar on fire.
That's right. But Sandy returns to the convent. She's like, this isn't working out.
Yeah, no. After the nipple fires, I'm out.
But Darren decides that he's going to run 30 miles and to win her back.
Yeah.
She arrives and she's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I just needed to tell you that I'm sorry and that you mean everything to me, sort of thing.
It's really sweet.
And he's like, and she forgives him. And he's like, you're just going to forgive me? And she's like, I'm training to become a nun. Forgiveness is just sort of my thing.
I loved that. I really loved it. I thought it was great.
You know, only one thing that isn't great here is it's poorly cut because they're together at the club and the next minute she's at home and then you just see him arrive and he's like, I've just ran 30 miles. You're like, wait a minute. The only other solution is to cut in another scene, but they're already doing that too much.
Yeah.
So it's messy.
Yeah, it's a bit choppy.
Do you know what I mean? There's sort of fundamental movie problems going on here and it isn't all about the content, you know what I mean? So basically, Wayne brings Judith a big Montana.
She finally gets her big Montana.
That's it. Judith talks about the sort of death of her MMA fighter ex and how she would never go for a tough guy again, and that's what put her off. And that's why she likes Darren.
There you go.
Wayne asks if she loves Darren, and she says that she actually likes to have control over guys and over men, basically.
She is.
She admits that she is an arsehole, basically. And Judith basically then seduces Wayne into releasing one of her hands, and it is gross.
It is grim.
She's basically got burger sauce dripping down her face because he takes the mask off her.
Yeah.
And she's got burger sauce dripping down her chest. The whole thing is gross, right? It's so
really
so
horrid.
disgusting.
Really horrid.
Do you know what's quite funny? The kickboxing scene made us think of Bloodsport.
It did.
Which we then watched that night.
Yeah, it was great. Bloodsport was so good.
Van Damme Bloodsport, Jean-Claude Van Damme is a rotten film. Just saying.
Yeah.
But we ended up watching it that night because you were like, oh man, that's making me think of Bloodsport. Do you want to watch it? I was like, yeah, let's watch it after this.
Yeah.
While kissing Wayne, Judith grabs the keys as well, and the doorbell rings, so Wayne rushes upstairs, only to find JD no answering the door, which I fucking loved, by the way.
The most JD thing ever.
It really is, I love it. Hold on.
Why didn't you answer the door?
I'm eating.
So?
I don't answer the door when I'm eating.
Since when?
Since always.
I never knew that.
Well, you didn't know a lot of things. You didn't know I was gay.
Is there anything else you want to tell me?
I got 3 balls.
Shut up! God!
But I totally understand why GD feels that way, but at the same time, just answer the door.
I know, but it does annoy me. Like, go away, I'm eating. And I guess I can turn around and be like, that's a great idea, but if it was DPD, I'd be gutted.
Exactly.
Because DPD be bringing the goods.
They're always delivering something good.
He's also reading the manual for a PS1 game. No idea why or what game, but he's sitting reading the manual while he's having whatever it is he's eating.
You've got to pass the time. And who's at the door?
It's Coach. It's Coach NordVPN. He's at the door.
Yay!
I don't think you could do that yay again if you tried. Yay!
No, I couldn't. So what happened was a hiccup tapping.
I'll tell you what I do in the edit, right? I'm going to play it again now.
Yay!
There you go.
Aww.
So Coach has been freed for jail and he's hoping to stay with Wayne and JD.
Yeah, he is. At this point he says, they're like, oh, how are you out of jail? And he's like, I got a retrial. Thankfully I got a judge that's a sports fan.
Judge was a sports fan. Love it. Funny.
It's great.
So the coach asks if he can use the bathroom, and Wayne's like, no, he's trying to keep him out of the house, and he goes, we can't because we're trying to cut down on the water bill, so now we just go to the bathroom on the lawn.
Yeah.
To which the coach is like, great idea.
Yeah, why not?
But JD protests a wee bit.
You've been pinching loaves on the lawn, man. I play croquet out there.
What are you, crazy? The coach can't stay here. We got a woman locked in the garage. Oh, yeah.
See, that acting at that bit with Jack Black is awful, eh? Because he puts his hand over his mouth and he goes, oh yeah. But I think that's the point. He's trying to do it on purpose, you know what I mean? The coach goes out to have a wee toilet in the garden, and you were loving this. He's trying to do a wee jobby in the garden, and he's asking if they've got any toilet paper, but there happens to be a wee fart sound that just tickled Cat Rotten, so...
You boys got any TP?
No!
That's all right, I'll find something.
Do you know what the best part of the take was? I'll find something. He goes into the mailbox and starts like fucking about with the mail to wipe his arse with it. But I'll single out the fart sound for you too and sort of messed around with it in Audacity so you could hear it a bit better, alright?
Wonderful.
There you go. Wee fart.
It's an excellent fart sound.
Wee sneaky wee fart. And then so they decide, well, what we'll do, we need to come up with an excuse before he comes back in. And then they're like, oh, we'll need to get, and then JD's just like, we'll tell him we've got ghosts.
Genius idea.
And they didn't really get a chance to discuss it before the coach comes in, and JD just blurts it out, and it's gold.
We'll tell him we got ghosts.
Well, boys, what's for supper?
Listen, Coach.
We have ghosts.
What?
What? They're trying to get rid of Coach, and the coach asks how they killed Judith, and they lie in the most spectacular fashion.
Yeah, they say they ate her.
We ate her alive. That's what they say.
Yeah. The coach smells a rat, though.
Oh, he does. They're down. The coach is disappointed. He says, I'm really disappointed in you boys. And it's like, oh, he's disappointed?
I know. I don't want you to be disappointed in me.
I love it because he's like, he basically comes out with one of those epic lines that he's quite famous for. And he goes, there's no fight left in you boys. You're nutless. You've been pussified.
Yeah, he does. Just leans right into the stereotype.
He does. Hey, it's what he was famous for, isn't it? Mm-hmm. And I don't think he was shy about it either.
Definitely not.
So the coach goes down to kill her, and she ends up getting in a fight with him.
Yes.
And this is where we get an epic cover of Medieval Woman by ELO. This is the bit here.
Yeah.
But she runs up the stairs and she escapes again.
She's off.
She's off. Judith runs to Darren's house just in time to see him kissing Sandy. And I think she's moving in. It looks like it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
She basically shames him into confessing that he's engaged to her.
Yeah.
And that's it. And so this Sandy thing can't progress.
Yeah. Judith's back in the picture. Out you go, Sandy.
Aye, that's it. So Sandy, disheartened, returns to the convent again. It's bloody sad. It's a wee shame.
It's awful because Judith, is such a wee witch about it. Like, she's so mean. Like, it's not really been a long period of time, though.
And she turns around and she goes, who is this tramp? When she walks in.
I know.
And I freaking love it because Sandy comes out with one of my favourite lines in the whole movie and she goes, I am not a tramp. Actually, up until a couple of weeks ago, I was training to become a nun.
I love that. So good.
And then Judith lies and says that they treated her horribly and fed her scraps of potato chips under the door and all that nonsense. And I'm just like, actually, I'd hear Darren grow a fucking set. Sandy is the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he's just like, all right, Judith, I'm sorry. It's a really awkward position to be in.
Yeah.
To be fair, what the hell do you do in that situation? What is the right thing to do?
Bye, Judith.
Well, I know that's what we all want to do, but you know what I mean.
Totally.
Wayne and GD turn up to try and explain what's happening, and Darren just punches the hell out of Wayne and throws him off the porch into Sandy's car and GD along with him, and then Wayne and GD are arrested. But I'll tell you what, there's some really fun stunt stuff going on here. They're flipping over the body, it's over the cars, through the door and smashing everywhere.
Yeah.
It's quite fun.
Poor Sandy's car.
I know, she's screaming her head off as well.
Totally.
She's about to try and pull away. Her life's been ruined, and now she's got two men falling on top of her car.
Yeah, hope she's got insurance.
She's a nun. Nuns didn't need insurance.
God is their insurance.
God is their insurance. Darren visits Wayne and GD in lockup to tell them that he is getting married to Judith.
The next day.
The next day.
Wow, he's not hanging about. Well, Judith's certainly not hanging about.
Wayne and JD call Coach to ask for bail, and it's hilarious because he's like, it's $10,000 each, and he's like, no way.
It's even funnier though. Before that, he's like, I would do anything for you boys. And I'm like, oh, it's $10,000. He's like, no way.
Also, I love it. He's now obviously the coach of like a little league team, and they're all little kids that are a football team, and he's just going, kill, 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 and he's like shouting at these wee birds, turning them into monsters.
Yeah, and he called them maggots.
Maggots, eh?
Awful.
Coach says he will find a way to help, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's like, I'll find a way.
So, naturally, crashes Wayne's van into the cell wall and helps him escape.
Yeah, of course it's not a legal means of help.
After escaping from jail with the help of Coach, JD and Wayne return to the convent. On the brink is Sandy's final vow. She's on the wee cushion, kneeling, literally about to give them. They convince her that Dan, I said it again. They convinced her that Darren still loves her, and Mother Superior suggests that she should probably go.
Yeah.
Because it's the right thing to do, isn't it? But she doesn't seem overly thrilled about it, does she?
No.
Damn. Lost another one. Son of a bitch.
I love the other wee nun that's like, son of a bitch.
Little sweetie nun.
Also, see, this bit's great because JD's like, they burst in and JD's trying to explain the situation to the other nuns. And Wayne's just like, didn't bother, come on. Like,
We've got to go. We're in a hurry.
In the van, they give Sandy a change of clothes. They're JD's sisters, who is a stripper and a prostitute. Apparently. On the way to the wedding, they naturally decide to do another kidnapping, and this time it's Mr. Neil Diamond.
Yeah, if you're going to do one, go big.
I think to make this work, they need Neil Diamond as part of the plan.
They do, and he is more than happy to help.
100%.
Eventually.
But like they get in the van and they take the whatever it is, the thing, the tarp or whatever it is, they've got Neil wrapped in, and he cuts out it and he's like, what's going on? And then he recognises Wayne and JD quite quickly.
You're the guys who've been sending me all those letters and tapes. Naked pictures.
What? We never sent you any naked pictures? Dude, sorry.
JD's been sending naked pictures, of course.
They're big Neil Diamond fans.
They are really big fans. We should watch that Neil Diamond movie. Was there not a movie about Neil Diamond?
Yeah, Song Sung Blue.
Now, there's something weird about that movie. It's no a biopic. You told me this the other day, and it's made me fancy watching it, because it's no a biopic.
It's not. It's about somebody who has a tribute act.
Hugh Jackman.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I think we should watch it. I think it was good fun.
Aye. He's class. Never been a fan. Well, I mean, it's just like you said. I came across terribly. It's like you said earlier, you know?
That I should be a fan. I would enjoy it.
It's something you think you might enjoy, just know you've not got into it, you know?
Also, Sweet Caroline is used in this country and it's used a lot.
It is, but there's more songs than that, man. That song sucks. I don't like that song at all. I've been listening to Peter Frampton recently. I've been going on a bit of a binge. Van Morrison yesterday as well.
Oh, nice.
Ken? Sort of weird, folky, chill, was it even rock and roll? I don't even know. Obviously, Neil agrees to help because he's like, I'm going to put all my words into action. All the songs I've written over all the years, now's the time to put them to work.
Yeah, I've written all the words, now time to live them.
That's it. I do love it when he goes, they're explaining the situation, he just turns around and he goes, love on the rocks, ain't no big deal, or something like that. Was that the line? I think it's something like that.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's from a song called Love on the Rocks, which is obviously a Neil Diamond song.
Obviously, yeah.
And the police are chasing the van, and Coach leaps out the van to distract the police, basically. He actually says, I'd rather go down in a hail of gunfire. Nice meeting you, Mr. Diamond. And he just jumps in the car. Yeah.
I love the line.
Uzi thing, a machine gun.
Where did they get that? Who knows?
Pest control.
Yeah, obviously. But I really did like the line, nice meeting you, Mr. Diamond, as he's diving out of the van.
And he's like really nice smile on his face and that.
Yeah.
And also just after this, they turn down a street that's America Street or something, and then Neil Diamond goes, we're going to America, which is another reference to one of his songs.
Yes, it's a very good one. Even I got that one. So.
At the wedding, Neil stalls the proceedings with song.
As only he could.
That's it, and it's the hello one, isn't it, again?
Yeah.
Darren and Sandy reunite, with Darren telling Judith how much he loves Sandy.
The two of them were meant to be together, I'm sorry. But Judith, no.
And I was like, go on, Neil! And I've also got my notes here. I saw you, Kat, with a big smile on your face at this bit.
Aye.
You loved this.
I thought it was really nice.
I know, yeah, I was like, oh, it is, because it is.
It's a
very
happy
nice.
ending.
It's very silly, very ridiculous, but it's nice, this wee bit. I think sometimes, right, sometimes you think you know what you want and you don't listen to others and you think, I know what I want, but you just need Neil Diamond to help you realise what you really need.
I think that's it.
That's the lesson here.
Yeah, everyone should use a bit of Neil Diamond.
Exactly.
There you go.
And then Wayne and Judith proceed to beat each other up because Judith's like, who's my one and only someone? Because they keep using that term throughout the movie, one and only, because Darren says it a bit. And then Wayne comes doing singing the song as if to say, oh, well, maybe it's me. And then Judith runs over and tries to batter him, and they start blethering, knocking lumps at each other, quite frankly.
She hits him over the head with a chair.
It's very pro wrestling, isn't it?
It is.
Smash.
Yeah, he loses a tooth, she loses a tooth.
That's it. But then they sort of realise that perhaps he realises, and he tries to convince her that he thinks that maybe they're into each other in a really, really nice way.
Admit it! I'm the strong-willed, assertive man that you need, and you're the hardcore bitch that I've always dreamed of!
That at the end is him being strangled, I believe.
Wow. Yeah. A lot of red flags in that relationship.
I know,
but
I'm not sure this relationship's going to work, but it's no my circus, no my monkeys, Kat, as you would often say.
Yes.
Kat's one of Kat's favourite sayings, and I do like it. I've actually
is.
adopted it as my own.
You can borrow it for a bit.
At this point, JD arrives holding Coach in his arms, and Coach asks him, are you going to get married? Who have you got in all this? And then JD turns around and goes, actually, I'm gay. And then the coach turns around and says, me too. And then on stage that night, potentially that night, nobody really says, they're at a Neil Diamond concert, and the priest weds Darren to Sandy, Wayne to Judith, and JD to the coach. And then the whole cast sing a Neil Diamond song on stage, and it's very fun.
Oh, lovely.
Musical number to close out the movie, but it's nauseating with far too much text on the screen. Lyrics are coming up, credits are coming up, it's awful.
Oh, it's such a mess.
It is a mess.
It really is.
But anyway, it's a nice way to end the movie.
It ended at least, thank goodness.
Oh God. Tell us what you really think. We'll get onto that just now. Anyway, do you know what I learned for this movie, Kat?
What?
Love conquers all.
It does.
I don't know why I said that so aggressively.
Yeah, I know, the face that came with it was quite frightening, actually. The intensity was too high. Lower that knob.
They call me a knob. Hey, welcome to the world of chronicleness. Sometimes you gotta have a lot of caffeine. Yeah.
I like that, yeah.
Thanks.
Did you make that up, or?
I don't know what that was.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I could have assumed it was some sort of jingle for a...
I just said earlier, I think I said this earlier, that I only have one monster a day.
Yeah.
Or Dark Thunder. Well, the Dark Thunders came in 2 multi-packs, so I'm currently having a second because it's one of those days today.
Yeah.
Innit?
Yeah, it has been one of those days.
Yeah, so I'm having a second one. But what I did notice is that I need to share this, right? The Dark Thunder has a sort of like little thing on the back, not like a story, but like a little passage on the back, because it's like trying to be cool, like an energy drink brand, but it's just one of these Aldi brands, which are fine and great, but it's just really funny what they've tried to do here.
Oh,
so it says, a storm is coming. What's the point of being fearless if you can't show it? You must live your life without limits and scream about it from the mountaintops.
Ooh.
You must become the bold, the brash, the brazen. You must become Dark Thunder. That's what it says.
Wow, okay. I really like it when, I reach my final form of Dark Thunder.
Yeah, it's quite weird, eh?
Yeah.
But I think they're just trying to make it cool, and it is.
Yeah. Do you know, I'm just jealous I didn't write it.
We've also, we've got 2 dogs here today, and we're having a bit of trouble with them. So
yeah.
we've tried to keep them quiet at the moment, but they've been a bit loud, so there might be some weird noises because they've been kicking about the place, so just saying. We've done all right so far, but they've got a bit restless, so.
Yeah. They say never work with children or animals, and...
You're working with both.
Yeah. Per me. So, Mikey, what did you think of Saving Silverman?
Right. See, when the Wee Guy Club brought movies to our door, right? It was a treat, and it doesn't even matter what it was. We had such a range, right? And it wasn't over a great length of time, and I can't remember them all. And sometimes I see a movie and go, oh yeah, that was a Wee Guy Club one. So I don't know how many there are out there, but we'll see if I remember any more. But it was a treat. It was pre-streaming. We were getting a new movie for a whole week. People did, like, I say kids these days, but a lot of younger folk don't get that.
No.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, just instantly at your fingertips
Aye,
in perpetuity almost.
all the time. But back then it was like, oh, I've got a new movie for a week. This is amazing. You know what I mean? And this was obviously one of the films, so it's hard to see past that nostalgia for me. It's always going to be difficult when we do one of these. But it's the same when we did Lake Placid. It's stupid. It's really stupid, and some of the humour is so stupid it just doesn't even land. Other parts make me guffaw like a child. So it's a bit, you know, hit and miss or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's also some of that weird racial stuff going on in this film. Through a modern lens, it just gets a hard eye roll for me, for probably everybody, mostly, to be honest. And although I love our Indian fellow who joins Diamonds in the Rough, because it's class and it makes me laugh, because he's gone for it. You know what I mean?
He's having the best time.
But like others feel totally out of place and pointless. Like there's the bit that we talked about, we just sort of glossed over it earlier, but there was like this bit of race humour here that's just stupid and doesn't land. And do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just shouldn't have bothered in almost every case. And you know what again, comedies at the time did these things because it was just the done thing. You know, doesn't mean it's right though. You know, I wouldn't say.
No, I totally agree that it didn't add anything, in my opinion.
But the film doesn't have any depth. This is something I'm always looking for in everything we watch now. And most things I watch, TV shows, books I read, so you can sometimes find depth where you don't expect to see it.
Yeah, a little surprise depth.
But it's not here.
No. This is the first place I'd like.
It's designed to make people laugh, I reckon. That was its whole purpose, but also to cash in on Jason Biggs' fact.
Most definitely.
Just saying though as well, it does highlight how it can be for someone who does have an aggressively controlling partner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And how that might look for the outside, even in a totally ridiculous way with a kidnapping plot, etc. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what did you think about it?
I totally agree with you. I actually think it's a bit of ahead of its time in having kind of that female, really controlling character and trying to get them away. I think it's interesting that they called it Saving Silverman in America, considering that Jason Biggs actually doesn't feel like he's in it very much.
No.
Like, it is very much Wayne and JD's story.
But about him, and I guess she says at one point that they're obsessed with him and that, so I guess it kind of makes sense. But I had the same thought, though. I'm just going to say that, the same thought.
I think it could have done with a little bit more Jason Biggs. I feel like he was kind of underplayed almost in this. And like the scenes that he's in, he really does steal. Like Jack Black's incredible, and Steve Zahn did an excellent job of carrying the whole thing.
I love that guy. He's funny, man.
Yeah, as an ensemble, they were great. But I do think that, like, for example, the dancing scene in the bar was just, I thought that was some of the peak parts of the film. Had Jason
when
Biggs
he's got the nipple clamps on and he's like flaming titties across the bar. Right?
Yeah, exactly. I do think that there was some of the humour has not aged well.
Nah, you definitely not.
And I think there is a lot in there, though, that they do handle quite well, and it is really funny.
Mm.
And I do actually partially think they handle the topic of JD's sexuality quite well.
It's all right, aye.
In that, like, Wayne really kind of is more miffed at him for other things than him coming out as gay.
Aye.
And when he gets married to Coach at the end, everybody's like, yay, that's cool, not even mentioned. It's
And then
just
they sing a song.
Aye, and
it's
they
like,
sing
all
a
right.
song on stage. Yeah. I do think it could have maybe done with a little bit more to it, but I also but I think for
There's
the time,
interesting themes there. They could have really nailed it if they wanted to look into it properly. You're totally right.
absolutely. So if they wanted to do a reboot, I think now would be a very good time to do it. Maybe drop the race stuff and maybe
don't bother with that, guys. Come on.
reconsider the sexuality stuff. Just you can make that a better plot point.
Yep.
But I think overall it's a good bit of fun.
Aye. Basically, your echo's sentiment mine. That's what I was going to say. You know what I'm trying to say? Don't you? Scratch that, reverse it. There you go. Aye. I mean, so I thought, like, I'd look online as well, obviously, because I like to get a gist for it. We've got these scores from the internet and from people in there, and so it's sometimes quite interesting to see what they're saying, other than obviously doing the reviews that we do later on as well. But it's got, unsurprisingly, a huge following due to its massively quotable dialogue.
I can see that.
And I just kept seeing that on Instagram. No Instagram, what am I talking about? The other one. Reddit. I was listening on Instagram. Reddit. I kept seeing it on Reddit constantly. Do you know what I mean? People quoting it in the same bits over and over, you know? Like the bit. People kept talking about that. And, but folk also like it for its stupid plot and the fact that Neil Diamond's in it so much. Because he really gave it what he had, didn't it, you know?
Yeah, I also feel maybe this could have been a Neil Diamond-esque musical, actually.
100% if he'd got behind it, but maybe changed some of the plot elements considerably.
Yeah. I think he's got such a big back catalogue they could have made it work.
I'm not meaning that, I just mean like if they want to match the tone, if they could want to make it more family friendly if that was the case, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's obviously people like the fact that his music was in it so much. When I went onto Reddit to check, all the sentiments kind of echoed that, but also, like I said, rows and rows and rows and rows of people just quoting bits for the movie. And then people commenting on those bits with their favourite bits. It was just like...
a Bitfest.
Bit thread. Somebody also said something interesting. They were like, they loved Chris Farley so much, and they thought sort of felt like when Jack Black appeared in this, that they felt like they'd found his spiritual sequel sort of thing.
I can see that actually.
I was like, I wrote that too. I was like, that's fair, like,
I think that's more than fair, especially Jack Black does kind of bring that sort of family comedy, but also quite cheeky and edgy at times as well.
Oh, I mean, nowadays he's a family entertainer. Like, he's done all those Kung Fu Panda movies, he just did the Minecraft movies, he's done loads of stuff like that, but he also can cross the line into the adult or humour easily.
Definitely.
Well, with the good comes the bad, right?
Always.
And they were. I read a Variety article, right?
Ooh.
Absolutely slammed this movie, which is unsurprising given that wee noise you just made. That sums it up, right?
Yeah.
Along with the likes, like they took the piss like Adam Sandler and Tom Green and all that. They were like all these guys. Get what I mean? But they were essentially saying that it was they were unsavable disasters. These types of movies was the term that they used. But somebody else did say on that article, and I actually agree with this, is how shit the poster is for this movie.
Yes.
Where it's basically them in the background and Darren on the ground because he's been squashed by a giant thumb.
Yeah.
He's literally under the thumb, and it's just. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Interestingly, that's not the one that's on Netflix.
Ah, well, it was the one I was going to include because it's the one I mostly found on the socials, but I'm not sure which one I'll actually put up. But
no, I think you should put up the one with the thumb because it's the one that I've seen most often, but I just noted that
they've taken that one off and put that. Netflix does that all the time though. With loads of they just put up an image. It's kind of weird. It's like, didn't bother, just put the poster. You don't have to bother doing that, but
because it's almost 3 men and a baby vibes on Netflix. It's like the 3 boys with her in the background.
She is the baby. When I was looking for articles, I found myself on a website called Film Threat, and they were saying that that much of the movie is forced zaniness, is the way they put it. And I'm not sure what you think, but
I don't think so.
I think that they set. I was like, they set out to be silly, and it feels like that's what they tried today, and so everything they do is what they wanted today. Like,
yeah, I don't feel like there was too much zaniness. Like when you consider other films, like Dude, Where's My Car, for example, that's like zany upon zany.
There's actually that interview with Steve Zahn where he's talking about how much he enjoyed it. We saw that on Instagram the other day. In fact, you've got that. I'll try and share it.
Yeah.
Right, I'll put it in the show notes, Mikey. Right, but it was so they obviously did have a good time, you know.
Exactly, and I think it comes through that they were having a good time. Actually,
I'm not actually going to link the articles in because they were just so one-sided and a bit tacky and scathing and hostile. It was kind of shit to read.
Yeah,
like you can always criticise something, but or if you hated everything about it, find a lighter way to say that or a more respectful way to say that. Maybe
it's something that you and I have become masters at in this whole process.
No, when it comes to Twilight, you know.
Yeah, you did.
I feel
really
bad
like
about that, but listen, I have lost count of the amount of folk we spoke to. I've been like, I listened to your Twilight episode, and that was my favourite one. So I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. Then nobody's offended, so it's fine.
No, but we bring balance, and I love it. So there you go. That's
for all
balance.
the wrong reasons, like.
Oh, of course.
Someone said that Judith, the villain, as they referred to her, was unsympathetic and horrible, and I'm like, that's the whole premise in the movie, mate.
Yeah. Totally, and that's maybe the difference between if it was made now and if it because it was made in 2001.
Yeah, I can't remember I read that. I've just written it down. It must be like Metacritic or some shit like that. I don't know, but it's like that's random, eh?
Yeah.
Right, anyway, Kat, right, I'm done talking about what we thought of and what everybody else did. I really want to get to your prediction. Can we do that right now?
Yes, we can.
All right. So, Kat wrote this yonks ago.
Ages ago.
You wrote it when we knew we were doing this. You had no idea what the movie was about. Maybe, roughly, nothing.
No clue. And
all
also,
right.
I have forgotten everything I've written.
All right, cool. Well, great. Then that's the way we want it. But so that's the idea here. Just to say, the idea is that if one of us hasn't seen it, we're going to do a prediction. All right. The one who hasn't seen it, obviously. Or if both of us haven't seen it, maybe we could both do it or both do it together. I don't know. But what you said for this was there was once a man named Todd Silverman. Snuff, Todd,
to be fair,
Darren.
Yeah, and in my notes I refer to him as Ted.
Ted, that's right, so you're consistent. No, I'll tell you. Who is head over heels in love with his girlfriend. His friends, Bertie and Clifton and Job.
Job.
With an E, by the way, at the end. So Job, unless it's Joby, but I don't know. His friends Bertie, Clifton and Job is played by Jack Black, in brackets, thanks for that, feel that she is a horrid woman.
Yep.
And so try to convince him she's no good, but he of course doesn't listen. They're all at college together studying robotics. Wow. Definitely no robotics students.
Nope.
Far from it, you might say. And Todd plans to propose after they graduate. His friends all come together to stop the proposal and make their friend see sense before he marries the woman from hell. All right. All right. And never see him again. Okay. In the end, I'm just going to end there.
Yeah, no
in the end, They all attend his wedding. At the point they're about to do the vows, Todd Silverman comes to his senses and shoves her in the pool because it's one of those fancy hotel weddings in Hawaii or something. Okay.
Is that whatever?
That's what it says.
Nice.
I get you though, I know those kind of things. You see them on
We
TV
can all
all the
see
time.
it.
The movie ends with Todd, Bertie, Clifton and Job going on the honeymoon to Las Vegas together. There you go.
Nice.
I'd watch that.
I'd watch that film. It needs a bit more plot in the middle.
It does, and it doesn't sound as zany as this film, but,
No.
you know.
Do you know, I got there was a woman from hell in there.
There are hell and Satan references to this woman quite often.
Yeah, well, Kilgas literally calls her Satan.
You know, Satan. Aye,
Not my best, Steph.
all in all, I think it was pretty good, but anyway, who cares about that? Who cares about that? Now, it's time for the trivia, but it's also time for me to get my iPad because I've not got it.
Yeah.
Because we've had a wee break and the iPad's not here, so I go have to go get my iPad. So what we'll do is we'll play the music, and in the time that you play the music is being played, I'll get the iPad.
Plan.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
It's time for the trivia. Cat gave us the trivia.
And he makes it. To be fair, right, okay, thank God for editing, because I did not rush.
No, he did not. He did not take off at speed.
I stayed around it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest, all right?
That's fair. That's all you can do. Are you ready for some triv?
I am, but you know what? I've just realised the funny part is here. I didn't actually look at the iPad during this bit.
Of all the moments to
So
go
if
to
I
your
had
iPad.
rushed and injured myself in the process, then what would the point have been? There you go.
So, Mikey, what is your favourite bit of this film?
It's no secret that it is absolutely the coming at you!
You have done it a lot, and I've actually got some trivia on it.
Excellent.
So, according to Steve Zahn on Couchsurfing in 2018,
Wonder what that is. Podcast?
I think it may be a podcast. They're coming on, yeah!
That was good. That was good.
So Neil asked about that line, as you would.
Right.
Come on. And they replied to him saying that those are your words. And Neil was like, what? He didn't believe them at all. And they had him listen to the part of his performance and realise he did say that.
That's so funny, man.
Hilarious.
It's class. Like, I
So
love that.
funny.
Because it's like, now I need to find it.
I know.
You know what I mean?
I know, it'll be out there somewhere.
100%. I'll do a bit of hunting.
We can find it. I trust you with this task.
Cool.
You can do it.
And this podcast, when I'm editing it, will remind me to carry out that task.
There you go.
Because I'll forget in 5 minutes.
It's a superpower. R. Lee Ermey was cast as the coach because director Dennis Duggan originally wanted to approach him about playing Chubbs in Happy Gilmore.
Chubbs Peterson?
Mm-hmm.
That would have been wild, but if it wasn't Carl Weathers, eh?
I know, I can't imagine it not being Carl Weathers. However, the star and co-writer of that movie, Adam Sandler, preferred Carl Weathers for the part, and Duggan eventually agreed to cast Weathers, ultimately dropping Ermey. Although he was pleased with Weathers' performance in the end, Duggan still felt bad about letting Ermey go and promised to offer him a role in a future film, which ended up being this movie.
That's class. I was hoping we'd get a wee bit of Ermey flavour in the trivia of the day.
Well, we're not done there.
Oh, crikey, because there's more.
Oh, yeah.
It's MSG, no just flavour. So that's a video for MSG earlier, and it's just in my mind. No, the guy was making fried rice at home, and he didn't have MSG, so he uses a ramen flavour packet.
Which probably has got MSG in it.
Aye, and
Yeah.
it's apparently one of the best subs you can use if you didn't have MSG. You just put the ramen flavour packet over it, over your fried rice, and it'll make it, like, delicious.
Lovely.
Aye. There's a wee tip for you.
You can have that one for free.
Aye.
So it's not actually about R. Lee Ermey, but it's about the coach, whose motto to his students is, if you can dream it, you can do it. And who do you think actually said that?
If you can dream it, you can do it. It was definitely JD and Wayne.
No, it was Walt Disney.
Walt Disney?
It's a Walt Disney quote.
More famous than them.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. We would both agree that one of the main characters in this movie is Neil Diamond, but it was never originally intended to be Neil Diamond.
Oh, how?
I know.
I figured this movie was written around Neil Diamond.
Me
like,
too.
Like somebody got Neil Diamond in it and they were like, let's write a movie around this new guy.
Yeah, like, oh my God, we've got Neil Diamond on board, right? Let's
Well,
just build
to be
stuff
fair,
around
if you
it.
knew you were writing a movie for Neil Diamond, why the fuck would it be this? This would be the story. Why would that be the story? Like, what do you say?
I know, but he was so on board. Anyway, in the original script, it was actually supposed to be Paul Simon, who Darren, Wayne and JD were obsessed with. But Simon turned down the offer. Then Dennis Duggan heard Neil Diamond on the radio and asked Neil Diamond's agent if he was interested in the movie, and he agreed to appear. And the
Class.
rest is history.
That's funny, man. Like, you show it being this daft, stupid comedy, and Steve, who the fuck's Steve? Neil Diamond's like, aye, sounds, I'm in it. I'll do it.
Yeah, I've got an afternoon free,
what's
why not?
that?
I can't imagine it with Paul Simon. I don't think it would work.
The world is very weird, isn't it?
Odd place.
The very fact this movie exists proves that.
100%.
And the fact that there's so many people who love it.
So we here today have talked about Wayne's naked yoga session.
Oh, aye.
However, in the trailer, that's not quite how it looked.
Oh, no way. What did they do?
In the theatrical trailer, a pair of blue briefs were digitally painted onto Steve Zahn in one scene because the authorities thought the scene was too revealing for general audiences. And a little pair of blue Speedos in the trailer.
Just cut that bit out of the trailer.
I know, absolutely unnecessary. But yet again, levels of effort that were...
Somebody made a really shit decision that day. Like,
I know.
Oh, dear.
Especially when you consider that in the movie itself, that is literally like a 5-second gag.
Aye.
Not even worth it. So at 21 minutes 45 seconds, when Darren meets up with JD and Wayne for lunch on the pier, he tells them he can only stay for a minute because he has to get home and heat up Judith's wax to do your legs. So that scene, in fact, only lasts 60 seconds.
So that's quite cool.
Yeah.
That's realistic almost.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I noticed that. I didn't actually. I was going to say, like, I set a timer. Again. Is he actually going to be here for a minute or no?
Like, I've got 1 minute left in my porridge. I know how long that took.
It ends and I'm just like, lies!
As it always does with porridge.
Wait, what did you say about porridge?
Like, you had your porridge on, you're like, there's only 1 minute left in my porridge.
I was like, wait a minute, porridge. What?
You're never listening to me.
I do listen, but I was just a bit blindsided by the P word there.
P word.
The P word, porridge.
So Judith, when she is captured, tells Wayne that she wants a big Montana. And,
it sounds class.
Well, in this country, we don't have that.
No.
So I found out what that was. A big Montana is a half-pound roast beef sandwich.
So it's not a burger?
No. And when you look at it, because I
So it's like roast beef?
Yeah.
It's not even like a burger?
No, it's roast beef sandwich. In between our first watch and now, I watched the movie again. And it looks like almost like kebab meat on the sandwich.
I just was like, it's blindsided by me by the whole burger sauce booby scene, just because it's so gross. That's all I can see. It's like, it's burning my brain.
Really grim. Yuck. And also, just a little point to note as well, that when you're watching this movie again, there's inconsistencies in the bun in that scene. So sometimes it's a seeded bun, and other times it's not a seeded bun.
Did you know that in Saving Silverman, when you get a burger sandwich, it's actually sometimes
So that's like one of those, eh?
That's exactly how I feel when I read those. I'm like, ugh. Lastly, in our trivia section, almost 25 years after this film was released, so very recently, Steve Zahn and Jack Black starred in the reboot comedy Anaconda.
Me and Bob want to see that?
Yes, which coincidentally was released the same day as Song Sung Blue, a film about a Neil Diamond tribute band.
That's terrifying.
I know, the same day.
That scares me a little bit. I don't know why. It's kind of like meta or something. Like, it means something. You know what I mean?
Nah, it's probably like it got released on like...
Is it just a weird coincidence? But I don't know, I think that's strange.
Yeah, it's probably got released on like Good Friday or
I
something.
think that's a sign that something bad's going to happen. That's how my brain works. It's like, oh no.
It's a sign.
I know.
The web.
Kat, there was I think there was about over 30 lines in this movie.
There was a lot.
And then there was sounds and all. What was your favourite line though? The ones that we discussed? Or any that you wrote down?
For me, it's quite easy, and it's something I think I'm going to transition into my day-to-day life.
Yeah.
And it's, I use magic. Cha.
Cha. That's the one you're picking?
Yep.
Okay, gas.
Let me guess. That jerk tried to get in your pants with some tacky pickup line? I'm not like that. I use magic. Cha.
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 I think it's going to live rent-free in my head forever
Well,
now.
because when it happened, you burst out laughing. I didn't think you'd find that as funny as you did, but you loved it, so that's fine.
I did. What about you, Mikey?
Right, so for me, right, there's an obvious one, so I'm not going to pick it because it's too obvious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick another one, and one that cracked me up when I watched this as a kid and since, and it's been ingrained in my brain also, is when they go to shoot Judith. Because they've just seen Coach and he's like, you need to kill her. So they go and back and they try to kill her. They're pointing a gun at her head and she's like, you're not going to kill us. And it's JD's wee bit about a squirrel. It just kills me when I watch it. I don't know why.
You see, you guys have never killed anything in your entire lives.
Oh, yeah? One time I was driving, and this squirrel ran out in the street, and I ran over him. And he didn't die right then, but he was limping and stuff. I'm pretty sure he died right after that.
And he's like, his face is so intense. He's like, and he doesn't crack at all. He pulls off the whole bit with that face, and that makes it way funnier.
It
you know
does.
what I mean?
It really sells it. But I think we do need to mention the one that you didn't want to mention.
All right, come on, because you want to hear it now. Is this what it is?
Darn tootin'.
Hey, this isn't over yet! We're not giving up on Darren! Yeah! Coming on, yeah!
I just feel like... I feel like Steve Zahn's yeah, it's overshadowed by Jack Black every time, and people forget that, and his is amazing as well.
So good. So good.
And when you watch it, it makes no sense to what's going on. They get chucked out the party, that's the reaction. And it's like, why would you do that? That doesn't make sense.
Because they're so into Neil Diamond, apparently.
Oh, well, of course, so they would know that one bit then, wouldn't they?
They
I guess
would.
you're right. I guess you've explained it.
See?
It's still random behaviour, though, and I do enjoy that.
Very strange.
What about sounds? We had a few sounds in this film.
So, Mikey, as you know, I'm a very sophisticated person.
Aye. Sophisticated woman, I'm on a disco lady.
That's
a song,
me.
is it not?
It was written about me, actually.
There you go.
You know, refined palate, you know, enjoyer of the arts. But not only am I an enjoyer of the arts, I'm an enjoyer of the farts. So Coach's wee fart noise had me buckled.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the fart.
See?
Beautiful.
Yeah, sophisticated and refined. What about you?
For me, right, I can't, when I think about this movie, and I'll share this because I found a clip on Instagram as well, is Darren's keyboard.
Oh, thank God you said that.
At the start. And it's the bit from Cherry Cherry.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know... It looks like it would be so fun to do. I'm going to get my iPad and do it. Just get the GarageBand up and do it.
That'll keep you busy for an afternoon.
Yeah. And keep you going insane when I'm just walking around the house with the iPad going with all the different synths in that. Wap, 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 wap. You know what I mean? Or like Friends with the dog. Arf, 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 arf.
Or, you know, where it's the fart. It goes like the musical reel.
Oh my
like,
God,
bwap,
what
bwap,
you're
bwap, bwap.
talking about is the one that's like a show and somebody presses the wrong button on the soundboard and it plays this freaking hideous fart sound.
Oh.
And it every time Kat sees it, it slays her.
Honestly.
She's in tears.
Gold. Absolute gold. Also helps that it's obviously a really sad musical.
Aye, because they're all singing some sort of sad song and this big honking fart sound just comes out anywhere.
Oh, hilarious. As I say, sophisticated.
Well, Kat, have you got the time? No, you don't got the time, no?
No,
well, it's
sorry.
fine, I can tell you what time it is. It's time for the reviews.
Way!
What do people think of this film? Again, do they love or hate this film? Again, what do people think of the film? Again, well, I'm going to hear some reviews then, eh? You know.
Still getting used to it.
What maniac made that?
I know.
Do you know what though? I'm sitting there, this is why I'm laughing, is because I'm sitting and I'm watching you there when it was playing and you were just vibing.
Just jamming.
You think you were the one that was high?
I know. Yeah, no, unfortunately not.
So, but just to remind listeners, I just wanted to say, we sort of try and find silly reviews or ones that sound sort of funny or silly or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to poke fun at people's like who maybe didn't speak English, and that's going to happen because somebody didn't ken, right?
Of course.
And it's just, or I don't want to poke fun at people's like intelligence or that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I just want to have a laugh. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And these reviews they're public, they're in the public space, and you better believe that my writings for Rank Rotten alone, just to say, and many other things are rife with spelling errors, grammar errors that are horrendous. So many.
You are very lucky that I speak fluent Mikey. I can translate your texts, I can translate your shopping lists, or I actually see when you search for things on Google, the horror that Google has.
I just hammer it. I'm like, I'm terrible. Okay, what I mean, you know, it's fun to laugh about it, and I find my own errors thoroughly amusing, to be honest. Again, I didn't want this to be mean-spirited, but it's just a bit of fun. I'm trying to read them as they're written, and where possible, point out people's opinions, which are quite often as bonkers as our opinions at times, or way off the rails, you know?
Definitely.
But people write some incredibly fun things, I think, and that's what this segment's all about. You know what I mean?
I wholeheartedly agree.
Well, our first review is a 5-star review. So this person's clearly a maniac. Dave W says that this is in capitals, a genuinely fun movie. The horrible reviews by critics show that critics have the most pointless, meaningless job on the planet. They have bad taste and try to make others believe their horrible opinions. This movie great. He absolutely nails the review to the end. This movie great. And also, I say he nails the review, he just has a go at critics. It's not to do with the film.
To be fair, we do like that.
He just gives it 5 stars and he goes a go at critics and then goes, this movie great.
Yeah.
Move it great. Honestly.
So close.
Again.
So close.
The next one was a 1-star review, so a big 2 ends of the... Always say 2 ends of the coin, that was not a phrase. Not a phrase.
The pendulum has swung.
Aye, that, right. Jace E gave it 1 star, and he said, this movie straight up stinks. The cast is so strong, but there are hardly any redeemable qualities. What?
Wow.
The fight with Silverman's new friends is funny. Some of the jokes made me chuckle. But for the most part, I was checking to see how much time was left.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Also, the ending is ridiculous. Best character, Sandy. Best quote, dude, if you get the nachos stuck together, that's one nacho. JD, best scene, singing with Neil. There's a bunch of random bits at the end there that we're kind of not quite sure what was happening. He kind of gave the film like, done a wee award ceremony for the movie or something at the end. I don't know what that was.
And also, like, they've described quite a lot of redeeming features for saying that it had none.
Yeah, it's got no redeemable qualities, and at the end they've just started like best character, best bit, best like
yeah, made me laugh. Good. Oh, right, okay. Just come in and bark right
I know, okay. The dogs have entered the room, that's announcing their arrival,
Dogs have entered the chat. Yeah.
Alright, cool.
That was our little grumpy one.
Was it ours, was it? Alright. So the next reviewer was, crikey, dogs, eh? Well, like, they've just left now. Just to come in and bark and run away. Anyway, so the next one was a mystery reviewer.
Ooh.
Perhaps it was Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I think it was.
I think it was.
Canonically is now.
Confirmed. Half star though.
Oh, right, okay.
Thanks, Dwayne. He said, mate. That's his dad.
Mate.
Can you imagine Dwayne The Rock Johnson actually saying that? Mate.
I could actually.
Mate, started watching this on Netflix. Looked bad, so checked reviews here. Seemed bad. I told my mate to stop watching it because it's apparently bad. He stopped watching it. Said it seemed a bit bad anyway. That's what he says. That's his review. If that is Dwayne, that was harsh. Harsh. Dwayne, harsh.
Very harsh. And also you've got a very complicated kind of dominatrix style relationship with your pal about you get to say what they stopped watching.
Can I go Dirty Dom? This is Dirty Dwayne. There you go. Disclaimer, we don't know it was him, but it probably was. Right.
I think it was.
The next we had another mystery reviewer. Perhaps it was David Attenborough.
For his birthday, just in time. That's how he spent his birthday.
I was actually thinking about him because it's been his birthday and it must,
Yeah.
And obviously we've got a psychic link because he decided to watch this movie and do a review. So there's that.
Yeah.
All right. He said, if you're looking for something that transcends the art of cinema, go see Apocalypse Now or Citizen Kane. If you are looking for an hour and a half of laughs, go see Saving Silverman. Sure, the plot makes no sense, but it was never meant to. Thank goodness for what we amateur film reviewers call the willing suspension of disbelief.
Mm-hmm.
You won't really care that it doesn't make sense. You will only care that the principles are funny. That Silverman is being saved from a creepy woman who will remind you of at least one woman you went out with. And that the coach will remind you of every psychotic gym teacher you ever had.
Mm-hmm.
It was worth every nickel of the buck I paid for it at a yard sale.
Wow, okay.
So go out on Saturday and see if you can find a copy of this hidden gem. 18 on the rotometer.
Wow, so they've come up with their own name.
Oh wait, 18 on the I can't even say the way they've said it. Rotometer. My buttocks. To be fair, I feel like maybe David Attenborough would go, my buttocks at the end.
I can see him saying that, yeah. Well, I think you're right. I think sometimes you just got to suspend disbelief.
Just like you have to hear to believe that David Attenborough gave this film 5 stars, but he did, so I heard.
There's no accounting for taste, Dave.
Nah. The last reviewer is Mr. Stephen C.
Shut up. No
Stephen
way.
C is back.
Yes!
I don't know how this keeps happening. It's wild. I have never seen the one reviewer over and over, right?
No.
Unless I have and I just haven't noticed.
Maybe. He's got a very distinctive style.
But this is incredible. It's just been quite a few movies now, and ones that I've not even done for this, I've seen his reviews for.
Wow.
I think he just does it all the time.
Prolific.
Anyway, half a star.
Oh, rough.
And the review is simply unfunny in 1.5 hours.
Actually, he's a bit wrong there.
Yeah, it's less than
1
that.
hour 36.
Oh, is it less? It's less than that. Listen to me.
No, it's more.
Anyway, that's his review.
Well, consistency, Stephen. Consistency. Very good.
Well, you can certainly see it's joking aside, it's a well-loved and despised movie in equal measure, apparently. Yeah?
Marmite.
Which is going to make the next bit much more difficult for us, I reckon. But anyway, let's try.
All we can do is try.
It's time to rank the movie. Basically, we're going to do the bit now where we decide if it's fresh or rotten, or the dreaded rank Rotten. Of which we've had one this season.
Yes, we have.
And we've only done a few movies.
Mhm.
It's quite wild.
Do you want me to outline how we're agreeing?
Yes, I want you to out those lines. Let's do it. Let's figure it out.
Okay.
Remind me what the criteria is, Mia.
If it's fresh, we ask, did it entertain us and did we enjoy it for the film it is?
Cool, okay.
If it's rotten, we ask, was it flawed but yet still entertains us? And did we enjoy it because we were taking the piss?
Okay.
As we often are.
Yeah, pretty much all the time, to be fair.
And rank rotten, was it fundamentally flawed and or not entertaining and we wouldn't watch it again?
Cool, okay, fair. Who's going first?
Why don't you go first, Mickey?
Okay, I can't say that it entertains it, like what it says here, entertain us and we enjoyed it for the film it is. Almost, right? But there has to be some nuance going on here because these are broad, right? The next bit is, was it flawed yet still entertain us? That's an absolute yes, right? And for me anyway. And did we enjoy it because we're taking the piss? 100%. Because I mean, that last part, we often take the piss anyway, but I know what you mean by putting that in there. You're trying to say that that's a criteria. If one of the things is we took the piss and had a good time, then we can maybe say this is rotten.
Yes.
You know, as opposed to the rank rotten one there, which you've got fundamentally flawed, not entertaining, and we wouldn't watch it again is the big criteria there. So for me, I think I fall under the middle section here, which is flawed, still entertain us, and we enjoyed it because we're taking the piss, rotten. Because there's no enough for me to say this film's fresh. There's too many. And I've watched it countless times and I know it inside out. But I'm willing to say this film is quite shit quite a lot of the time. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it falls into the remit of that middle one. So I'm going for rotten.
That's fair, I think.
What about
That's
you?
more than fair. I think I agree. For me, like, the movie did make me laugh, but I think there definitely is some fundamental issues with it. I think it's a very choppy narrative.
Yeah.
And when we were writing up the plot, I couldn't believe how much had happened with how little of the movie we had gone through.
Yeah.
So I think if there had been a more sort of structured plot, it might have flowed a bit better. I did enjoy it though, but there was definitely some fundamental flaws.
But I think honestly, like I say, these categories are broad. This isn't a set of rules. Come on, I mean, this is just categories to help us sort of decide and guide us. Yeah. And quite honestly, I don't think it falls into the other two. It's definitely wrong.
I think so. It's definitely not rank wrong because I would watch it again.
Yeah.
But I'd be very hesitant to call it fresh. Yeah, it's on the upper end of rotten.
Well, there you go. We've got a rotten one this season too. So we've covered all three categories already, and we're only, how many in are we in? Four, yeah. This is 4. Anyway, what'll 5 be? Who knows? I'll tell you who knows. Me, because it's a mystery pick and you don't know.
I do not know.
All right. Well, actually, do you know, it's quite funny. I got a message from Chappie a few weeks ago and he sent, it was a clip for Critters 2, the main course, right? It was actually ridiculous. I was deed and I need to show you it. But I have a list of movies that I keep for potential mystery picks, and it's always in flux. And then the other thing is, right, I want to pick something quite lower scoring because we've done quite a few high scoring movies so far. You know what I mean? But we have to think about those scores when we're doing this. When we're picking movies, we have to think about the scores in the years.
Yeah.
So we can have a variety. And quite honestly, we didn't get it right.
No,
ever.
we don't. No.
Never. There's always a bit made of something or a bit made of something else, and that was evident when you did the percentages in that last series, last season, right? So it's like I wanted to pick something quite low scoring because we've had quite a few high ones. Although this wasn't great. Saving Silverman was quite low as well. But quite honestly, us doing this and picking the movies is harder than it sounds like.
It really is.
Here's a pick. But no, so I thought I'd pick something quite low. And, you know, I remember when I saw this film I'm going to pick on TV one night, very late, at a weekend, there was a house party going on at my mum's house. And I was upstairs because I didn't like social situations. And I was like, I'll just watch the telly. It's like whatever time in the morning and I can't sleep anyway. So, and this movie was on TV and I messaged Chappie or called him the next day because back in the day, that's what you did. Or at school on the Monday. And I was like, did you see, I was watching this film on Saturday night, and he went, I saw that. And it was one of these things that where Chappie and I joked about it and enjoyed it together since.
Okay.
And so, and we've always, the two pair of us always really enjoyed it. That movie was Tales from the Crypt, Bordello of Blood.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Now that's, I'm going out there for this. I don't know how many folk will know this at all.
Excellent. I cannot wait.
Are you familiar with that film? We've seen this film together, surely?
I think I've seen it once a very long time ago.
Aye. It's a wild film. It's mental, but it's fun. Do you know what I mean? I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it because of all the lines and all the stuff in it and the memorable moments. I could tell you a lot of it right now, probably the whole plot off the bat, because it's so fun and it's memorable and it's like this film with all the quotes and the lines and stuff. And it's one that was really high up on my list to do, so I'm buzzing about it.
Sounds like it's going to be good fun.
To be fair, the film really does live up to the Bordello section. Like,
Oh, right, okay.
Aye, you know, but in a very camp and silly way, I would say. Thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it. If you can, go and give us a wee rating wherever you're listening, or a review if you can, whatever. All that nonsense, give us an email. All this stuff is in the show notes. Go for it. It would be lovely to hear from you. Anyway, thank you for stopping by for Saving Silverman, because next time we're off to the bordello. I mean, that's not great, is it?
Oh, can't say that.
Oh, cheeky.
Of blood.
Of blood. Right, see you later. Cheery bye now.
Bye.
Bye.